What? What did you say?
I said I found a city that's kind of more lame than Green Bay.
Green Bay's awesome. What are you talking about?
Fucking Oshkosh trying to find dinner after this concert. Nope, everything shut down at 6 o'clock in the afternoon. What a dump.
Oh yeah, yeah, but you got to see Nine Inch Nails. That other
Ice
band that
Man
dresses
Kills.
up. Yeah,
Yeah, oh, it was worth it, but it's like, okay, I'm hungry as hell. Yeah, nothing.
yeah, and you didn't get to see Black Veil Bride.
Nope.
They're actually really good. I was
Yeah, they're back on tour now, I think, yeah.
yeah, I was surprised when I saw them in concert. I was very shocked. They were really good. I mean, I don't mean I was really shocked like I thought they were going to be bad. I was pretty shocked. I'm already realizing crap I'm forgetting. Wow, it's been a long time since we did this. We can talk.
I can't hear.
What? You can't hear anything?
All of a sudden, your shit got really loud and blew up my eardrum.
Hello.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah. That's because I was facing away from the mic. I was looking for a pencil because I like to write down everything we talk about in it, so it makes it easier to do the smarty pants stuff, the all the tags and stuff. So this is gonna maybe I will put this one on YouTube and I'll put it on Rumble. But after this one, I'm gonna start only doing Rumble.
Makes sense.
It's well, really, people listen to the podcast. Surprisingly, we haven't done one in a really long time, but nobody watches the videos except for me and probably my mom.
Oh, I watch like 2 seconds of it and then I get sick of looking at myself. But it counts as a view.
You got to put a post-it note over it.
In the video, I really can't at that point. It's on video.
So yeah, you're right. You're right about the whole food thing. Well, even when I lived in Milwaukee, still, and we'd come up for Packer games, we always ran into that problem.
Yeah,
Where Sunday it was a ghost town. It's gotten a little better in Green Bay. I can't speak for Oshkosh, but
but it
it's
can't be
got.
much worse.
Well, yeah, that's true. But it's gotten a little better. Some of the bars and stuff are open. We have an arcade bar downtown right now that actually I was very. It's not a pay and play. It's pay as you go play. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
it's not a
okay. Yeah,
wristband. It's not like Galloping Ghost. It's more like
you have to bring a lot of quarters.
yeah. I don't know if I just sucked that bad when I was a kid or you know what it was. I just didn't have any money as a kid. So my $3 I went through smoked through. When you go in and you pay $10 or $20 for quarters, all of a sudden you're like, I got a lot of friggin' quarters and I can only play Galaga so many times. That's not true. I can play Galaga forever. But
I was that way with Primal Rage.
oh yeah. Oh, they had Primal Rage 2 there.
Really?
I
No Killer Instinct too?
Isn't Killer Instinct 2 the one that only Galloping Ghost has?
I think so.
Because they had to make I think they had to make the cabinet for it.
It only existed in like a mainframe kind of like the motherboard.
The guy had the board, yeah, and they had to
Yeah,
make
and you had to
they
build the
had
cabinet. Yeah,
I think they took an old. I could be wrong on this, but I think they took the first game as a donor or something.
probably
It
just
makes
sprayed it up.
sense, given the buttons are the same. Because I know like Mortal Kombat changed. Mortal Kombat was a 5 button layout, and then I think Mortal Kombat 2 was a 5 button layout too, and then it went to 6.
I could never get near Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
You
I
always had
could.
line. There always had like 15 people in line.
Yeah, it was the same way for me. It. I got to adjust. What am I looking up? Star Wars Saga game.
Lego.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm playing the sequels first to get those shitting things out of the way.
You're playing the what?
I'm playing the sequels first, the Disney ones.
Oh,
I'm getting those out of the way.
I'm trying to cut off your. There we go. I brought it up also so I could move over the thing. Your name was a little bit on the screen, so I was cutting it off.
No one's gonna care.
It wasn't readable, but well, this can't be right. $10?
That's the
Well,
complete saga.
I'm gonna have to edit that shit out.
The new one is the Skywalker Saga. You see that where it says Xbox 360 up there? That probably should have been your clue.
Yeah, yeah. And Slave Leia, I don't think you're allowed to do that anymore, are you?
No, no, I think that is illegal.
Damn it! I need paper. I'm so disorganized. Ah, come on, baby, get out of there. That's all right. This is like the maiden voyage of coming back. Did you see what I titled the invite?
Yeah,
Like
the quickening.
part 2? Yeah, I was just making shit up as I was typing it. Let's see. At 5 minutes, edit out, email address. Screw me. There we go. All right, and then we're going to write down Star Wars because we did talk about Star Wars. We always talk about Star Wars, so
Every
really,
time.
yeah, I pretty much should just always put that in the meta tag crap or whatever. Stop. Oh man, mechanical pencil's my savior. I broke the pencil tip about 50 times. Yeah.
What a waste of time those things
All right, where's my thing here? There we go. Oh, here you go. 491. That's the same one as the one I was just looking at. Here we go. Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. That's it, right?
Yes.
$6. This is Sony still being a dick, or can you crossplay yet? Or is this not a multiplayer game?
I don't think that's multiplayer. If it is, I don't know that it is.
Oh man, did you
I
try
think you
any
can,
of those?
I think you can do couch co-op because there's a thing where you could help out the other person. I don't know if that's online or not.
Oh, I'm a big fan of the couch co-op. There's not
Oh
enough of
hell yeah.
that.
No, not at all.
There needs to be more couch co-op.
Agreed.
Did I ask about the cheat codes? Did you try
On a
those yet?
text you did, yeah, I did. There were a bunch of characters I downloaded.
Because you can play as Darth Vader with a Christmas sweater, can't you?
Why you do that, I don't know, but I downloaded because I want all the characters.
I sent you my lightsaber, right?
Yep. And yes, people, that is as dirty as it sounds. It wasn't his. It was his penis.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. It's funny, even though we haven't done this for a while, I still text you like every other day. So you pretty much know everything new I have. Except for my new phones. Actually, I don't know if I'm getting new phones. I still have the flip phone. Verizon's screwing me over. I traded in 4 of my Samsung 10 Pluses, when those were actually still pretty new.
Yeah.
And then you get the phones from Verizon for free. They credit you every month. They decided they're going to keep my phones and not credit me. Because every time you call them, they put you on hold for 5 hours, then hang up on you, and they lie to you every single time you call.
But are you talking about Verizon or everybody on Earth?
Everybody on Earth, Verizon's just been the worst about it. I mean, I've dealt with every phone company a million times because I get a new phone like every 6 months, but Verizon absolutely by far is the worst. So I just had to get that in there.
Now that Sprint's not around, they can be.
That's true. Well, sadly, I was on Sprint and I went over to them. And now I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm looking to go back. Well, it's T-Mobile now. Well,
Sprint sucked. They wanted their money on time every month. Like, come on, give me a break.
yeah, bastards.
Get off my ass.
The only problem is Verizon has network in Freedom, and I take the back roads to work, so I drive through Freedom, and they have a lot of free time and call themselves Freedom because their network sucks so bad that they're not sitting there looking at Facebook all day. Is my theory.
What's their deal?
I don't know. They suck.
I've been on Facebook in 2.5 years.
I check it once in a great while, but I don't. The funny thing is I have the app, but it's on my work phone. It's not on my personal phone. I don't want it on there. So I don't know. Now that Musk has bought into Twitter, he hasn't bought Twitter. I'm curious to see what happens with that because I didn't mind Twitter, except for it wasn't like Facebook was getting out of hand. Everyone was so damn opinionated on there, including myself. But
you're right. Yeah, Twitter is the place for intelligent, easy conversation.
But the thing is my Twitter, so it learns what you look at. Well, they all do. Twitter, because I had 2 accounts. I had the TalkTroopers account, and then I just had my regular Pound Buttons account. The Pound Buttons one was pretty good because it was all video gaming and stuff. And then all my hatred was in the other one.
There's a lot of hatred in video gaming.
That and I miss taking snapshots and sending them to you with my quips I'd always give back to them. But the problem is my bathroom time was really long. Ever since I've been on Twitter, I'm able to get in and out of the bathroom in like 5 minutes.
I've gone back to reading magazines, comic books.
I should. I have somewhere around here. I think I threw it in a drawer when I was cleaning up the other day. I still have to read the Jesus. Why can't I think? The one where Jason Todd dies.
Oh, Death in the Family?
No. I thought that was Damian Wayne. Under the Red Hood.
That's the one where he comes back.
Yeah, they show him die in the beginning though. Because he died. He dies.
Death in the Family was the book he died in.
Was it really? I thought that was Damian Wayne.
No.
Which one's the one where in the series where Joker cuts his face off?
Death of the Family.
Jesus Christ, I can't keep up with these little tiny words.
Oh, funny story. I was at the gas station the other day, Quick Trip.
Yeah.
And they plug. Where's my nickel? They they have that little thing on the screen where you're filling up of the word of the day.
Stadia. Yeah.
Clink, nickel. And the word of the day was lexicon.
Shut up. Was it really?
So I'm standing there going, Rich leprechaun.
Yeah. You know, funny thing is I've used lexicon like a million times in conversation since then.
It has to be leprechaun.
And then I have to explain why I call it leprechaun. And everyone's always looking at me like, why the hell is he telling us this? But I'm like, I can't not tell you if I use the word lexicon. So it has to happen. Batman. There we go. Got it right down.
And no, I have not seen the Batman yet.
Oh, I liked it. Kind of like for maybe the Morbius idea, where it's kind of like its own.
Well, I mean, I have nothing against the movie or anybody in it. I am against DC Warner Brothers.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, I actually really liked it. Zoe Kravitz, she was actually very good in it. It's just, well, I already told you how there's a throwaway line in there that makes absolutely, it's just stupid. They shoved it in to shove it in. They didn't need to. And in fact, it doesn't make any sense because it's talking about privilege, even though, well, it's no,
She's a thief.
It's, well,
I mean, Catwoman is still a thief, right?
yeah, but it doesn't have to do with Catwoman. You want me to just tell you?
I mean, you can.
It's spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen it.
I don't know if I'll ever watch it, so.
There's a scene where she's talking to Batman and she's bitching about white privilege. Well, obviously, Batman's white. And it's not like he's not hiding his whole face.
Not like Batman Beyond where you can't see anything.
Yeah, exactly. And the funny thing is out of any of them, he's probably the most privileged because of money-wise. I mean, minus losing his parents and all. And
other than a little hiccup, you know.
Yeah, other than that hiccup.
Having to go train forever to become Batman.
Exactly, yeah. And Riddler is the the villain, and she's talking about all the privilege and stuff. And Riddler's whole thing is he was in the same orphanage Wayne would have been in if he wasn't so rich. So,
oh, God, that sounds terrible.
Well, actually, that part's not bad because it just goes through it. It's his reason for how he is the way he is, which it works for the movie. But it's Kravitz's role. Well, Celine Dion, no. Selena Kyle.
Celine Dion finally snapped and took over Gotham's Jewel Heights.
Oh, she snapped a long time ago. She might be the Riddler from the animated series. And
I like that Riddler. He was simple, but he was smart. This new Zodiac crazy Riddler with cellophane on his face, whatever.
Well, he shouldn't have been the Riddler. He was a good villain. He just shouldn't have been the Riddler. He should have just actually, if they would have called him Zodiac, that actually would have been pretty cool, because that is really a lot what he was like. But the whole thing is he was against the city. He's like, screw everyone. Everyone screwed me. I'm screwing them back. He was just a vengeful person who was really smart, and so it was just dumb they shoved that white privilege line in there. I'm like, your enemy had no privilege, and he's white. It's I'm probably going too far down a rabbit hole for most people on that, but I don't know. It was stupid. Other than that, she did a really good job, I thought. It was, it's just one of those things where when you're watching a movie and they do something intentionally to shove it in, and it breaks you from the movie. you're just, and then you have to take a bit to get back into the movie. Now, I thought the movie was really good, actually. Even though that happened, I really liked the movie, so it didn't take me long to get back in it. But it still separated me from the movie for a moment. Oh, and the fucking family behind us, a few seats down, that brought their kids in to play.
Oh yes.
That's how I knew it was a good movie because I didn't actually have to kill anyone, uh, even though I'm the most nonviolent person I know. But
Yeah, those people are usually the ones that crack first.
oh my god, oh, it was bad. I'm amazed someone didn't say something. If the movie wasn't as good as I shouldn't talk it up too much because someone might go see it and then go, Rich is a fucking asshole. It sucked. But if the movie wasn't so good, I think I would have actually gone and said something because it was that bad. It was kind of like remember when we saw the reboot of James Bond and we were walking out and they gave us the free movie vouchers because the movie apparently was flickering, and we're like, it was flickering. It's
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
because it was so good that I didn't notice anything happening. That's how Batman was for me. I really did enjoy it. I'd
Great.
watch it again in a heartbeat. It was kind of like I don't even know what I'd compare it to. Maybe the Snyder Cut. I really like the Snyder Cut a
I've
lot.
watched that 4 times.
Yeah, it's a long ass movie, but it's worth it.
It doesn't feel like it. It feels like it's 2.5 hours.
Yeah, yeah, I was very happy. It's so weird watching my face on TV.
I can't stand it. I'm trying not to look at it.
I'm just looking at the Badger. Oh, you can't see the Badger. Well, you can look at the Star Wars case that no one else can see because that's not what's showing right now. But
There's the
yeah, it's this is my cheat because I used to always go into Photoshop after doing this, and then I'd go through what we talked about, and then I'd be like, all right, I got to make an image for this, and I'm like, well, that's why a lot of the stuff I didn't edit because I got sick of making images. I didn't get sick of doing it. I like doing it. I just ran out of time. This one, I'm hoping to just cut and post. I'd go live if I wasn't worried about saying stuff.
I would pretty much have to be quiet.
Yeah, it's a lot easier. I mean, I don't mind swearing or anything like that. That ship has sailed, but it you know, a lot of people don't like the word moist.
I I don't have one of those hang-ups.
I didn't
It's
think I
just a
did
word.
either.
I don't care.
I have one now. I
What's
never
that?
used to get bothered. It depends if you say it a lot. I don't like the word biased.
Biased?
Yeah. It depends in the term it's being used. Like me telling you I don't like the word biased and you questioning the word back biased didn't bother me.
You're biased against bias.
I
Biased.
am. I am biased against biased. But other than that, I don't have a trigger. Well, I do, but not a word. It's more of a phrase. And it's usually only in movies when they choke it down your face. It's
I tend to stay away from those movies.
I want to say I don't go to see movies much anymore, but that's not true. I feel like I have actually seen a lot of movies recently.
I don't. Christ, I was averaging 75 a year.
Yeah. Did you ever break 100?
Uh, Theatrical, like nothing else.
Yeah.
No.
Didn't you get in the 90s one year though? You were like really
I
close.
in 2015 I got to 97.
I knew you were close one year. I couldn't remember what it was though.
2015, and since then I've been like I think 70 once. Last year I think was 12.
12. Well, 12. That's a hell of a
Yep.
cut.
Mm. Well, the pandemic year I watched 130,
Oh,
but that
but
was those were all here at my house. I was going back in time to the 20s and 30s and 40s and watched all kinds of old ones.
yeah, I'm trying to think what I've seen. I Everything I've seen has just been basically franchise crap.
Yeah, I'm getting tired of that stuff too.
I am too. I think any future Marvel coming out, I'll probably go watch Doctor Strange in the theater just because Kendall's such a huge fan and Ross will want to see it too.
I'm gonna let you be the canary in the coal mine on that one. It looks like a mess.
Oh, oh, I'm sure it is because they're trying to split the franchise off with this movie, and it's just you can't go that many directions with it.
I I'm not a fan of the multiverse crap anyway, and this looks like it's just gonna be just a mess. I don't know. Maybe it's not.
I'm not against the multiverse, but when
See,
you're
it worked.
using
It
it to
worked for it worked for Spider-Man because it was just Spider-Man.
yeah, that was good. But they're using it to
This
save a franchise.
I
It's
the first Doctor Strange was dull and boring as hell.
I like the first one.
He's good, but he has to be with others. Like he's good at supporting. Like in
Oh
Infinity
yeah.
War, he's good, and Spider Man, he was good. I but that's what this looks like. Doesn't look like he's even the star of his own movie.
Well, no, Wanda is.
And I didn't see WandaVision, so all that's gonna be lost on me.
Oh, WandaVision was all right. Kenna would hit me right now. She heard me say that. She thinks it was the best thing ever. The WandaVision was all right. What was the other ones? Hawkeye. Hawkeye got slammed on a lot. I actually really liked Hawkeye, but I'm finding that when it comes to the Marvel Universe, I tend to like the crap no one else likes. Loki,
I
I actually really liked, and that one split a lot of people. It's slow and drawn out, but I liked it. It was a slow burn.
I haven't watched any of them, and I probably won't.
I almost like the so for the Marvel Universe, I almost like the series better than I like the movies at this point.
No. Hmm.
And I actually think
What's
that
the
might
next
be
one?
this. What's the next one?
Yeah, what's the next show? Isn't there a show coming? Oh, Moon Knight.
I watched the first two, and I'm still on the fence.
I Moon Knight is a they can't get him right in the comic books. I don't know how they're gonna get him right on TV.
I don't know anything about him, so that helps a lot.
He has a mental illness where he's like schizophrenic.
Well, I mean, I know about him now.
Oh yeah, okay.
I didn't know about him going into the movie. It's like Deadpool. I knew who Deadpool was, and I knew who Domino was, and all that crap. I think Deadpool 2 was good for me because I don't know a lot about those characters, and I thought they actually did a decent job with Juggernaut. I mean, he wasn't in there long, and that's the trick with Juggernaut. You
Yeah,
can't have him in anything long. Um, so I thought that was pretty good. But I think like it looks like Charles Xavier. Well, he does play Charles Xavier. Patrick Stewart, his voice is in the new
yeah.
Doctor
Doctor
Strange
Strange
commercial.
trailer. Yeah,
That's great. They're doing that and stuff, but I feel like they're 10 years too late for that.
yeah. The Fox X Men universe is done.
It was done before they were finished filming.
That's fine, but whatever, it's done. So who gives a damn?
Yeah, it's.
Like, okay,
I
so
think they
now,
need to reboot at this point
well, they will, which is I don't understand why they're folding the Fox X Men in.
because the multiverse is going to do the reboot. I have a feeling they're not going to
But
really reboot. They're just
what
going to
what
Fox it
good is
out.
the so what good does these old movies do? Oh, they're now a part of this, but they're not because
Eh,
you're not gonna use any of the actors. You're not gonna use any of the characters. So what does it matter if it's folded in now or not?
because who owns the rights to it?
Look, I know.
It's all
Synergy,
about money.
brand synergy, yeah. But
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Like the
oh no, I
Fox
know.
X Men movies did not happen in this
I,
universe. They weren't a part of this. They're nothing. Now they are. Well, because Patrick Stewart showed up for 8 minutes.
no, I know what you mean. You mean like at the end of Wolverine Origins? The no, I
Yeah,
know
but
what you.
those were connected to each other.
No, I know. I just had to say it.
Yeah.
It because it was some of the worst CGI ever. It it's fucking Patrick Stewart. Why did you have to even CGI it? Well, they de-aged him, but
Hmm.
Christ, they could have done a better job with makeup. I mean, look at what some of these. Look at the Kardashians. They've been doing it for years. Get them in there doing the makeup for them.
Oh
It
God, more pancake than an IHOP.
yeah, my God, it's I am a firm believer. Love who you want to love, poke who you want to poke, given it's consensual, and pretend whoever you want to be is who you are. It's I don't give two shits. I actually don't even care about pronouns. I mean, I don't have any. I'm not going to call you by yours. Like if you told me you had pronouns, I'd be like, okay, but your name's Scott, so I'm going to call you Scott. And
See, that's what I don't get about that whole thing. Why would I call you any of that? I'm gonna call you your name.
yeah, I mean, if you don't want me to call you dude, that's fine. I won't call you dude. That's I have no issues with that.
See, that's
It
why I use asshole because it takes care of everything.
I love the word asshole. I think everyone should call everyone an asshole.
Hey,
It
asshole, you shithead. Bang. It's all inclusive.
but one of my problems is this whole makeup thing. It's I'm straight. I guess what's the word cis now? I'm a straight dude. Let's just go with that. I'm a
That's
straight
whatever.
asshole, and I thank God I'm married, especially to someone who doesn't wear a lot of makeup because today you're kind of guessing.
Let me see some paperwork.
It's I mean, I'm sure anyone who listens to this, I'm gonna piss off about 5,000 people, but I'm not trying to be mean. It's I believe in natural beauty. That was a line of shit, but it's I mean, it's kind of like talking about the Joker earlier, the one where he cuts his face off. You could
Yeah,
take one of the Kardashians. You could do that. Just take your fingernail and just work your finger around the face and peel it off.
there was. I think I saw a meme online. A black guy's making out with a white woman at a dance club, and
Oh
he goes in
God,
the
should I
bathroom.
write down the time on this to edit it out?
No, no, no. He goes
Okay.
to the bathroom and takes a picture. He looks like he's the Joker. His face is white because all the makeup she had on that rubbed off on him.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, yeah, that poor bastard. I saw it. It kind of looked like he threw his face in coke.
Yeah,
It
like he went all Scarface.
Yeah, yeah, when Al Pacino on the desk. It's a great scene.
It's like
It
holy.
Yeah, that's I saw that. About pissed my pants. It's my God. Yeah, I just don't get it. I hope that trend ends. It's so bad. I mean, there's always been people like that, but I mean, it's like it's kind of like that duck face thing where everyone was doing duck face for a while and thank God it died after a while. I'd rather see duck face come back. At least it was funny.
How's he gonna die? They're trying to get men to wear makeup now too.
Oh my God, yeah, yeah. It's I don't think that's a good idea for so many reasons. It's hard to get out of my beard. It plus, what if you use the wrong tone? Then they're gonna accuse you of stuff.
Oh, way too dark.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to
Well,
be called Trudeau.
I don't think. Well, I don't think you need to go charcoal. I don't mean you could just do
I live in
Trudeau. Because I mean that was some charcoal.
I live in Wisconsin. I get pretty pale. I mean, I gotta do something. It
Well, you do it gradually, like with a new toupee. You don't just go right for the rug. Work up to it.
That's
So
true.
it looks like it's growing back naturally.
It's like a haircut except growing out. You don't want people to notice.
Yeah.
It yeah, because every time you cut your hair, you're like, oh, you got a haircut. You don't want that to be like, oh, you got a hair growth. Got some
I
plugs. You did a
I grew.
LeBron James.
I grew. I saw you yesterday.
Well, yeah, yeah.
LeBron James, R.I.P. Lakers season, huh?
Oh, they. Oh, yeah, it is basketball season. To be honest with
And
you,
that's all we're gonna talk about it. Then moving on.
I was gonna. Well, I gotta say, now that the Bucks have actually won the championship, and it is my hometown, so even though I'm not a big basketball guy, I was when I was a kid. When they dribbled, and now that the Bucks have won it, I'm done. I'm good.
Yeah.
Never need to see it again.
I mean, I'm glad they won. I'm glad the fans got to see that, but it did nothing for me.
And I will give credit where credit's due. The Bucks actually, I we can almost brag about this as Wisconsinites. Is when's the last time you saw someone win the championship and not riot? Milwaukee was perfect gentlemen. I gotta give them credit where credit's due.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, last time I think did
Especially
they
since it
burn
took
the
what,
Staples Center down twice?
something like that. And especially since it's been like 40, 50 years since the Bucks had done it last.
No kidding. If anyone, nobody ever has the right to do that. But if anyone had the right, we did. Wait till the Brewers win. I'm gonna be.
That'll never happen.
I will be flipping cars. I mean, they're gonna be Matchbox cars, but
Oh, I would run through the streets sans pantalones, but that's never gonna happen. So don't have to worry about it.
I don't think it. I don't think it will either. But I once again credit where credit's due. Console's the man.
He gets them there to the playoffs, but that's it. He's like
He,
the Packers.
I know, but he wasn't even supposed to do that. I'm a firm believer they put Console in there to just fill a seat, and then all of a sudden he started doing well, and they're like, well, all right, let's see what we can do with him. I think if they would have gave him a little bit more support, it would have went better.
Support. He had everything he needed last year. Just the offense went cold.
Well,
The
last
worst
year
possible
sucked.
time.
This year is going to suck also. Because isn't there some strike thing impending
Oh,
or
it
something?
just started today. The new season started today.
Yeah, it was delayed, right? Because of the strike
Yeah, because they were locked out for a while.
or locked out, whatever they call it. Yeah. Only one of the few sports you can be 200 pounds overweight and still make $1 million.
It's my only hope.
I say that as a baseball fan. It's well,
Yeah,
it's kind of
they need a salary cap. Their pay is ridiculous.
yeah, it's insane. I mean, don't tell the Yankees that; they'll freak out. But
It's not even the Yankees' problem anymore. It's the Dodgers.
yeah, that pisses me off beyond no tomorrow because right before they won the series and became relevant again was when they couldn't even afford to pay security, and that guy got beat into a coma.
Oh, the World Series the Dodgers one doesn't count.
Why doesn't that count?
They played 60 games.
They only played 60 games?
Yeah, they won it in the COVID year.
No, I'm talking well before that.
I believe the last one before that was in the 80s.
Maybe they just made it to the playoffs then. I thought they
Oh,
won the whole thing.
they've been making it to the playoffs of World Series. That was the only one they won.
Oh, maybe it was just them making it then. Because they were doing horrible. They were pretty much bankrupt. And then they didn't hire security. And a guy, I don't know if his
Oh, I remember
daughter
that.
was
Yeah,
with him or something.
yeah. One of his kids was with him, and he got beat down, almost killed.
Yeah, he was in a car. I think he's alive today, but he's messed up or something.
I think he was a Giant. Was it a Giants fan or something?
Was
He was.
that what it
I think
was?
he was a fan of another team.
And even that's still no.
There's no excuse.
Let's see what we got here. Brian Stowe, San Francisco Giants fan who was beaten nearly to death outside Dodger Stadium a decade ago. Wow, was that long ago, huh? Made an
Wow, I guess.
emotional return to the ballpark on Friday, who was pummeled into a coma in Los Angeles in 2011. Well, it's weird we're talking about it because he just literally came back. Why would you ever go back to that stadium? You're not showing anybody up.
I would never go to that stadium. Period.
No, screw that. I would love to go to Wrigley Field.
Oh,
Just
why? It's a toilet.
well, because it's a toilet. It's but I mean it's but it's like the known toilet. It's the only problem is I want to come home.
I think Wrigley's fine.
It's not the stadium I'm worried about, it's the fans. Of course,
Yeah,
I never actually had problem with Cub fans. I know some people did. Well, you did.
Yes, yes.
It's Bear fans I've had problems with. Which is funny because Vikings fans, absolutely pleasurable people to be around, except for when I went to a Minnesota game to watch the Packers. But that was at a bar. That wasn't even at the stadium. I went into a bar and there were some guys.
I've
being
never had
nerdy.
problems with Vikings fans.
No, they're always. I remember that one guy. We were staying in line for a porta john, and he could see I was holding. He's like, "Dude, just go ahead." That was the nicest
Remember
colors of purple.
the Monday night game? The Antonio Freeman catch in our end zone in
Oh
overtime?
my god,
When the Vikings tied the game and that guy went tumbling down 3 rows?
yeah,
That
yeah, that
Vikings
was
fan?
hilarious. Those games are the best though. The best games we ever went to are the ones where we went. It was Vikings playing the Packers on a Monday night because we went to more than one of those.
Yeah, those were always good.
Those were common for some reason. Probably because they're good ratings. It's all about the money. Whenever you have to ask yourself why does something happen, go well, money. Who's getting it?
Remember the Sprite game?
Oh yeah, it's clear, but it does not do the same job as water.
If it's 95 degrees and your parched Sprite is like drinking lava.
I remember you were wearing sunglasses. On the one side of your face, it was fine, and then the other side of the face, you had a
Yep,
tan line of your bow of your glasses.
yep.
That was horrible. How does a stadium run out of water by halftime?
Wasn't even that long. I thought it was like second quarter.
Oh yeah, it was before halftime. We went and checked at halftime.
Yeah, that was a nightmare.
Yeah.
Only thing worse was that Miller Park game we went to where they handed us the milk walking in. Like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have drank that. It's been just boiling out there.
Yeah, I was not hungover. That was after our birthday. We were in Green Bay the night before. That's
Yeah.
right. I was not hungover until I drank that milk, and then I was like, "Oh my god, this is death in a carton." Oh, it was so bad. Oh, so bad. But they
Yeah, this
won.
milk
It
is,
was like 12-1 that game.
yeah, that was a good one. That milk was, whew.
Of course, it sucked. We had the Matthew McConaughey guy behind us, and I hate saying that because I like Matthew McConaughey, but I'm just so sick of hearing people do the. I don't even know what it is anymore. I've tuned it out so badly.
All right, all right, all right.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I have a new thing for earworms now. In the movie Dodgeball, when Justin Long's character, they're heading to the championships, and the cheerleader comes and goes, "Hey, Seth's face fell out of the roller coaster and broke every bone in his body. We need you to come
Yeah,
in." Their team's the Donkeys, and they
all
come
right.
out to that song "Donkey Donkey." And so now, whenever I get an earworm in my head, all I have to do is just go "Donkey Donkey," and I don't know what it is. Donkey Donkey won't stick in my ear, but it will break earworms for me.
Well, that works.
And Angie didn't. She's like, "Where you keep getting that donkey from?" I'm like, "It's from Dodgeball." So finally, I had to look it up and show it to her. And then she got it. So now we see donkey crap everywhere. Like there's pork rinds out there called donkeys. Um,
But
it's
let's just pause. Angie
was
hadn't seen Dodgeball?
no, she did. She
Oh,
just didn't know that was the song. That's kind of a weird. Like, why would you remember
okay.
that?
Well, I was gonna tell you to go and educate.
Yeah. Oh no, we've seen
Well, I know you
Justin.
have.
Yeah, yeah. Justin Bateman. We love him at the end of that. Yeah, it's a bold move, Cotton. It.
Jason Bateman.
What did I say?
Justin.
Yeah, I've probably done that before.
Well, his sister's Justine, so I mean, you're close.
That's true. Is it sad that she's actually an attractive woman but looks just like his brother?
Whatever floats your boat, man.
Hey, we were
I
talking
don't
about
have,
we were
I
talking
don't
about
have,
makeup on guys. I mean,
I don't have a problem with her. I
all
don't think
right,
she looks
so
that much like him.
I got to write that down now. Bateman, donkey,
Justin slash Jason slash Justine, all of them.
Justin is Justine and is both brother and sister and a teen wolf.
Hey, maybe they're the same person.
That's what I'm saying. That I'm missing something there. I got donkey, I got Bateman, I got Justin. I don't know. Oh, dodgeball. Dodgeball. Which means I should write down wrench.
I'm so glad they never made a sequel to Dodgeball.
It doesn't. Oh God, it doesn't need one. That's a perfect standalone movie.
Oh yeah.
Vince Vaughn needs to do more movies. There's
Well, he was. I think he's blacklisted.
why? Because he's awesome.
Probably.
It oh my God, watching Ricky Gervais roast because I don't watch the Oscars and stuff. So
No, not anymore.
after the whole Will Smith thing the other day, which you can't avoid. I'm so sick of seeing that guy's face anywhere. I don't even watch. As far as I'm concerned, I don't ever want to see another movie of his again. And it has nothing to do with the slap. It has to do with the fact I'm so sick of seeing his oversaturated face all over the place because of the slap. And I have more respect for Chris Rock because he's just not talking about it. I think they said he brought it up in a comedy show, but that's fine. That's
It's done. It's move on. It's done. It's over.
yeah, it's but it's so I decided I'm gonna go watch some of Ricky Gervais' stuff because I find him funny. And oh my God, the shit he's saying on stage to these people. Because the Oscars, it's just a room full of addicts who are
Well,
multimillionaires.
haven't you ever seen his Golden Globe stuff and his Oscar stuff?
No, that's what I went back and watched.
Oh yeah. Oh, he is genius.
He is ruthless. How did they even invite him back? He's amazing.
Because the ratings spoke louder than the outraged gasps.
Yeah, actually, I did have the Oscars on this year and watched it. I mean, I was on my phone,
I
but well, the
wasn't
only
bothered.
reason was because Kendall came in the room, and she never spends any time with us. So I'm like, fuck it, if she's gonna just be in the room, family time, I'll leave it on. I don't care. I'm on my phone anyways. And then that happened, and we thought the TV froze, and that's when all of a sudden I turned to Angie. I'm like, I don't think the TV froze. They're censoring it because Will Smith starts swearing so bad, and then Kendall found some feed of it somewhere that wasn't censored because I thought it was fake at first. Yeah, I don't think it's fake anymore.
Let's just say if it was staged, it looks even worse.
Well, it would make sense that they would stage it. I mean, they're losing.
That looks worse.
Oh,
If it
absolutely.
was, I don't think it was staged either. But if it had been, it makes them look even worse.
Oh my God, yeah. To be honest with you, I don't give a crap. Bring Ricky Gervais back if you ever want me to watch it again.
You know, I used to like it when I cared about the movies that were nominated. Now I don't even care about those.
Well, I don't need to see a bunch of multi-millionaire addicts.
Well, they're
in
kind
a
of short
room.
sometimes.
Yeah, well, Tom Cruise. But I don't. She's my height. I don't need to see a bunch of multi-millionaire addicts patting each other on the back all the time. I mean, the standing ovation that like Lady Gaga gets and stuff. I actually like her music. I have no problem. She's very talented. Boy, she's an asshole. It just the crazy crap. I love how rich people have an opinion. Don't get me wrong. If I was a multimillionaire, I would be one of the first people to tell you, don't ever listen to my opinion because I am not based in reality anymore. Maybe I'm not based in reality now either, but
I don't even. I used to like, oh, that one. I better go see that. Now I couldn't even be bothered.
I think that's why I don't. I mean, the only reason I think I go to the theaters to see movies now is because the kids. They
Like
want to
there's
see
pizza,
something.
I could give a rat's ass.
About which one?
Licorice Pizza. I can give a rat's ass. Why would I ever watch that?
Like, oh, the one with Cooper.
He's in it for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, it shows you how much I.
Why would I watch it? I don't care.
I heard it sucked. Kendall went and saw it. She's like, it wasn't good. If you can't please an 18-year-old girl with your TV show, you're fucking something up, because that's really what everything's designed around.
18 to 49 or whatever is the demographic.
Yeah.
I-
Well, no. Brie Larson said it's not for 40-year-olds.
Oh, that's right. Yes, thank you, Brie.
Yeah. 39.
Wait,
You meant 39.
Brie, aren't you? She's closing in on 40, right?
She could be. I mean, by the time they finish filming all this stuff, she probably will be.
How about you have more screen presence than Uncooked Liver, huh? How about that one?
On which one?
Brie Larson in Captain Marvel. She had the screen presence of Uncooked Liver.
Oh, Uncooked Liver. I thought there was another show. I'm like, Uncooked Liver and Pineapple? I mean, were these sequels? Is this a trilogy? When's Canadian Bacon coming out?
Talk about making your hero completely unlikable right from the start.
That's right. You did not like that movie.
First of all, they had obviously never seen the other Avenger movies because it didn't fit in continuity in any way. In any way.
Yeah, but Shazam didn't either, and it was good for DC.
But Shazam takes place at the end, not crammed in between things like Captain Marvel did.
Yeah. Did you ever see Black Widow?
No.
I like it as a standalone movie. I know it's not a standalone movie, but I liked it as a standalone movie.
Why would I care? She's dead.
Yeah, you got to watch. That's why it's good as a standalone movie. Like
it came 2 years too late.
Well, there was reasons for that. I'm not saying there was. I'm not saying there was good reasons. I'm just saying there was.
It belonged in Captain Marvel's slot, but they needed to make her something, so they crammed her movie in there and kicked Black Widow to after she was dead.
See, I think they should when they do box office numbers, I think they should start doing with China and with if they want to do with China, that's fine, but they should do without China also.
They
give
do.
Us the give us the. Do they?
Deadline, I think, or what is it? But box office people do separate it.
I thought it wasn't separated correctly, though. I thought it was separated where it's U.S. and then world, not
Variety or Deadline or somebody was separating them.
Just the China? That was it?
Yeah, they were showing what.
That'd be awesome. Because I know they always did the domestic and then worldwide.
There was a site, I can't remember who was doing it. Back when Box Office Mojo used to be a good site, they might have been doing it, but they sucked. IMDb bought them, and they should have just shut it down.
Oh, well, that was their kiss of death. I've never been a fan
I used to pour over that site. Now it's just trash.
Maybe that's why it sounds familiar to me. What was it called?
Box Office Mojo.
Box Office Mojo. Let's see if we
they're not going to give you any information now.
No?
No, they're information free now.
Oh, no, I just want to see their website. Ugh. It looks like an old Dreamcast emulator site I used to go to. Back when like Dreamcast was like the latest system still.
Dreamcast looks better.
I'm not joking. It's bad. Let's see here. Wish Trade.
Wait, go back up to the top of that.
Oh, that's not a mouse. All right, what are we looking for?
God, that looks. I'm sorry, I just had to look at it. I haven't seen that site in like 2 years. It looks awful.
Oh, it is horrible.
Crappy.
So
why couldn't they just have left it?
Picture this site. Now, to anyone listening, it looks like it was made with Front Page. If you don't know what Front Page is, that should tell you how freaking old it is. All right, so we're going to go to wishtrade.com, click on the original Wishtrade link, which will take us to the Wayback Machine, which will take us to something that looks like it was made in Front Page. Because I did make it in Front Page back in 2000.
It still looks better than Craigslist.
You know, that's what Wishtrade was originally supposed to be. It's supposed to be Wisconsin Trader.
As Sebastian Maniscalco says, Craigslist looks like it came out with the internet.
It does.
How about some Flash?
But you know what? It loads quickly. DC emulation, I think it was. Boom. I wasn't joking. There it is. When I said it looked like a DC emulation site I used to go to. That's it right there. DCemulation.com. You look like Mojo. Could be ran by the same people.
I think Box Office Mojo now is IMDb.
It's
yeah,
that's pretty much the same site.
God, that looks awful. I used to just spend hours on that site. Just looking at stuff now. I haven't even been on there in probably a year or 2 years.
I still remember when we were in the parking lot at Sears after work and we hooked up my Razor to my computer and we downloaded, or we didn't download, we went to Bloody something? Bleeding,
Oh, Bloody Disgusting.
Bloody Disgusting, yeah. They got bought out too, though. I mean, they're still a good
I
site,
I
but
couldn't stand their comment section. Just made me run away from that
the,
site.
the current one or the old one?
The Bloody Disgusting, the current one.
Oh, yeah. They got too
Just
popular.
well, and everybody hates everything on that site. It's disgusting.
I mean, it's great for them that they got so popular. There you go.
I mean,
So,
I just go on there for news and I don't even read the comments. If I click on something, it directs me there, but I don't seek it out.
there we go. So, unfortunately, people listening can't see this, but if anyone is listening to this, go to YouTube and find the latest video, and you get or Rumble. Because on the right is Box Office Mojo, on the left is the DC emulation site I was talking about. Oh,
Yeah,
you can only see one of them.
I
Son of
know,
a
but
bit.
I saw what it looked like.
Yeah, you saw it. It looked like crap. Well,
Yeah.
that blows donkey. Donkey. Here we go. I'm just gonna flick between the two. There's one. Here's the other. There's one. There's the other. They're the same site.
One is backed by $1 million internet conglomerate.
And the other one is an out of business DC emulation site that I
Yep.
learned how to put Quake demo disc from a PC onto a disc to play in my stupid Dreamcast.
Quake.
Dude, that back in the day, this was a great website. DCemulation.com in the Wayback Machine, because I don't think it actually exists anymore.
How'd you get that?
How'd I get here? The Wayback Machine archived old websites.
Oh,
Now it's Sean Bajuice. Oh, little play on words. I like that. Samba Juice. You don't have to be a professional. I like that too. And he's got a little Yoshi on there. Hey, all right. I can respect
Nintendo
that.
Online 1.
Nintendo Online.
They want your balls.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Shit. I gotta write that down now. Nintendo sucks balls. Nintendo.
I didn't say that. I said Nintendo wants your balls
Yeah, to suck on them.
for using that Yoshi there without their
Uh,
permission.
no kidding. I'm surprised they don't sue people just for saying Nintendo. They
Yeah, they're still
probably
not as bad.
do.
They're still not as bad as Disney.
Yeah.
So hang
Disney.
on, there's a knock at the door.
Disney. Ah, what a bunch of pricks. Now I gotta write down Disney too. It. We do really go all over the place. You know, I'm writing it down on a piece of paper. Oh, that's all blown. That's blown out. There we go. So I'm just scribbling it all over the place. What I should
No,
do
that
is
is. It's not any kind of order. It doesn't matter.
what I should do is I actually should have another computer here, and I should be mapping it out with times and stuff. It'd be interesting to see how often, like at 1 minute mark we're here, 5 minute mark we're here, and then at the 30 minute mark we actually wrap back around to the 5 minute mark and then jump to the 1 minute marker. I'd be curious to see where our ADD travel goes.
We go where the river takes us.
Oh, now I gotta pee. Thanks. Yeah.
Have another drink.
Yeah. Well, I'm quite thirsty. I'm always quite thirsty. I haven't had. Oh, I'm trying to think of the last time I had any booze. Probably been a month.
Oh yeah, it's been about a month for me too. When I was crawling on the floor of a bathroom,
Yeah, you had a bad one.
I didn't eat. It was my mistake.
Oh, that is bad.
I had breakfast and then I just hit it all the rest of the day. And I was like, by the time midnight rolled around, I was like, well, this is gonna suck.
I like how people are like, eating doesn't make a difference. It washes
Oh,
through
it does.
anyways.
Oh, stop! It does.
Yeah, you got to have it in your intestines. It slows it down. And they're like, no, it absorbs in. Yep, it absorbs in, but it absorbs in slower.
Thankfully, I was fine. I'm like enough to get to the hotel room, and then once I got up there, it just hit me like a train.
Where were you?
Oneida.
Were you up here?
Yeah. No, the other Oneida.
There's more than one Oneida. Just like there's more than one Potawatomi.
The Oneida in Green Bay.
We've been to both the ones in Green Bay. Remember, one's only a bingo hall.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, smart ass. Even though I didn't know what you meant. What were you doing up here?
My buddy had a bowling league, and they had state tournament up there.
Oh, I was gonna say you could have crashed here.
Yeah, I was only up there for 2 days, and I was with other people.
Oh, well, now knowing how drunk you were, it's probably better you didn't crash here.
Well, I would have done that if that had been the case.
Yeah. Oh man, that would be horrible.
I
It
hadn't been like that in probably ever. Even in Vegas, I didn't get like that.
Where were you drinking at Oneida or were you at a bar?
Hotel room
Oh,
before
so
going down to the casino and drinking more.
oh my God, so you got drunk, then went to the casino and drank more.
Yes,
Oh, how much did you lose?
I didn't gamble. I mean, I couldn't see where the machine was. They put money in.
Do you still have your Fire Club's card?
Oh, the United one? No, I don't have that one anymore.
Oh, you didn't lose it that night, did you?
No, I haven't had one in a while.
Oh, because I remember whenever I'd play the slots or anything, we'd still put your card in,
Yeah,
and the funny thing is, I have one. I just never know where it is.
I I have the Vegas one still because I use it more often than I use Potawatomi. That's pretty pathetic, but it's
Well,
it's it's better to go to Vegas to gamble than go to Potawatomi.
I used to do okay at Potawatomi. My problem is
Oh,
there was no control at the tables, and you'd always have the biggest jackasses next to you.
since they built that hotel, you can't get a dollar out of that place.
I got to pay for the getting rid of the bed
Well,
bugs
of
somehow.
course, we used to do well in Oneida too, but that stopped when they did all their revamping and things.
Yeah, that I mean it stopped before. Um,
Because you and I used to do pretty good at the craps tables.
yeah, I paid for a new wheel bearing out of
Yep.
that place. Um, yeah, that was. I remember we went to Sam's Club and we hit an even amount, and even the chick cashing us out said. She even said, she goes, "You better go buy a lottery ticket." And I remember we said, we go, "Oh yeah, we're going to the casino," and then we did really good there. Yeah, that might be the last time I actually did good there because they
That was how
redid
many years
everything.
ago?
Oh my god. Well, I had the Dakota and I still lived in Milwaukee, so that was a while ago. I sold the Dakota up here. Let's see, I bought the Dakota when Kendall was probably about 2 or 3. God, she's
He's
18
18.
now. Yeah, yeah, it's been a while. Well, I suppose
Thrill as Rich runs down his vehicle list.
yeah, I bought another car by the way.
Yeah, what'd you get now?
Ford Explorer,
Oh, yeah.
2019, kind of like your guys's.
Yeah.
It I it was below Blue Book, had less miles than it should have for its year, and the van has almost 200,000 miles on it. So I'm like, it sounded like crap. I got to do something. So I grabbed it. But it's pretty
So
cool. It has features I've
how many
never had
cars you have
before.
now? Did you get rid of that?
7.
Did you get rid of that stinking Jeep?
I got 2 Jeeps.
The one we were driving around in up there?
Yeah, that's my Rubicon. I put a
Oh,
backup
yeah.
camera in it, so it's easier to back up now. I'll never get rid of my red Jeep. That's over 20 years old, so it has collector plates on it. I don't ever have to register it again,
Oh, lucky.
so it doesn't cost me anything. My problem is I pay as much in car insurance in 1 month as a lot of people pay for a good car payment. Because I have that Corvette still, and then I got an Avenger. Let's see, Corvette, Avenger, van, 2 Jeeps, 3 Jeeps actually, because I have a Cherokee, and then the Explorer, so 7. And then the white van, I got rid of that last year when I sold the house in Milwaukee. I didn't even finish putting 500 with blue painter's tape on the back windshield
Oh,
when
yeah, I remember you
somebody
telling me
stopped.
about that.
Yeah, that sucker went. And then I realized I never got any of his information. I never got a sale title. I was so excited just to get rid of it that
You got the
so,
money, right?
oh, I got the money. Yeah, that was cash.
Oh, what the hell matters then? Doesn't matter then.
Well, it's Milwaukee. I was worried it might end up in a crime and still be in my name because you're still responsible. So I immediately got on the computer looking up DMV information. I'm like, I got to call them and tell them this VIN number is not in my name anymore, and I don't know who it is. Turns out there's a form you can just fill out right online that just says, "Do you know who it is?" You can say no, and I doubt
Wash your
that
hands
car
of
is
it
still
all.
running. Yeah, I would pour radiator fluid in it, and it would dump out on my feet. So I'm like, well, that sucks. I remember having to
And you got
return this thing.
$500 for that?
$463.
Any change in the guy's pocket?
I took every last dollar he had.
Hey,
poor.
give me that nickel, man. That's coming this way too.
Have a lot of cars. I got to pay for that crap somehow.
I
It's
haven't said steady in a while. I only got one nickel. Give me more.
it's exactly. Someone was giving me crap at work the other day. Like, how much money do you make that you have all these cars? I'm like, wow, I don't make very good money. And they're like, well, but you have so many cars all the time. I'm like, yeah, but I always buy my cars used and I fix them myself. So it's
Which
which
is
isn't
why they don't run.
100% true. What's that?
Which is why half of them don't run. And
Well, exactly. I mean, Christ, if I could drive the Corvette in winter, I would because it has so many freaking lights on the dashboard. It's pretty much a freaking Christmas tree. It it sounds like a fun vehicle. Well, it is a fun vehicle. I won't deny it. It's a fun vehicle, but it's a little nerve wracking driving it. The ABS doesn't work in it anymore. It's a solid rear axle, so if you take any turn and it's moist out at all, well, I've said a lot of words that'll trigger people. I've said chick, moist, but if it's moist out at all or dewy at all, you're gonna lose control around a corner. It's basically a race car now. But that's why I let
well,
Angie drive it. She likes that car. I prefer my Jeep. You can go straight through the roundabouts. You don't even have to turn. Just throw it in four-wheel drive and keep going. Of course, at 14 miles per gallon, that sucks ass.
yeah, I mean it's the gas prices have plateaued down here.
Yeah, ours came down. The problem is they just released a crap ton more barrels. I mean, we don't have. I mean, if they keep releasing at the rate they're going, I don't think we have enough barrel reserve to last another month.
Well, this is blame. Who can we blame this time?
Pretty sure it's Trump's fault.
Oh yeah, thank you. We're still on that one. Okay, good.
I think we're allowed to ride that out for at least 6 more terms.
6 more. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure we'll put a law into effect that allows it to just be coined a term for the rest of the uh, fascist organization that runs. I mean, the rest of the presidencies. Uh,
Well, you notice
now I know we did piss people off.
within a week, you weren't allowed to blame Obama anymore. So that was out. But now, I remember you could blame Bush for 4 years.
Actually, I did think Bush was a piece of crap.
Name a president that hasn't been.
Give me a second. I'm thinking.
Yeah. Okay.
First term of Reagan.
Well, let's see. How old was I?
Yeah, were you even alive? Second term, he was losing his
I was
crap.
born in
And
'82, so he took office in '80, right?
could be. I
Because
was pretty young too, actually.
Bush 1 was '88 when he took over. Yep, because in 8 years of Clinton, '92 to 2000. So yeah, I was born mid of his first term.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You old bastard.
Now tell me about a 40 this year.
See if I can move this over a little bit. I don't want my. Can I just get rid of the map? There we go. There you go.
Yeah, why don't you put some more stuff on the back of that thing?
There we go.
I think you could put a picnic table back there, maybe a grill.
I have a lot of visual stuff for people who are probably listening to it, which we have more listeners than we do viewers. It's a
Nothing like
bike.
a good sight gag for radio.
Yeah, it's a. You know what though? Walsh does it. Drives me nuts all the time. It's so do the guys at StadiaCast and Switchcast. It's the same guy, but
Jesus Christ.
it's
Talk about a zombie that hasn't fallen over yet.
that's what are you talking about? It's doing fine.
Oh yeah, they don't make any of their own games anymore. They fired half of their upper tier staff. Yeah, they're doing great.
That's why they are doing fine.
Uh-huh.
They don't need to build. They actually, if they can get the Windows thing to work, where you can actually use your own games, that'll be friggin' awesome. And not for gaming. What I would like to use it for, as a Stadia member, it'd be awesome to have my own. And you can do this already, but it'd be cool if I could do it with something I'm already paying for and I don't pay more for. Is if you can do Windows, I would like it just for doing basic Windows computer stuff. It'd be nice to have a virtual PC. Microsoft was doing it for a while, but it got abused by bots so badly. It was can't have anything nice.
Nope, never.
Yeah, but I can't get rid of this Jeep. I got the fastback soft top on it, and then if you,
Well, I'm not saying anything about the Jeep. I'm just the back end of that.
There, how's that? I got shit shoved. Who needs a picnic table when you just hook a camper up?
Well, that's fine. It still looks better than having 9 bikes on the back.
There was only 4 bikes in case I get
Hey,
a flat.
nobody can, and if nobody's watching it, they don't know what I'm saying. There's a picnic table here, a grill. There's a, is that a bird feeder? Yep, bird feeder. Oh, a clubhouse. Yeah, okay.
Clubhouse.
Basketball hoop. Yep.
Oh, what time was that at? 1 hour mark. All right, let's get rid of the license plate on that bastard. License plate removal. License plate.
Yeah. That's what happens with stream of consciousness. You just start throwing shit at the screen.
Yeah.
Oh, is that my
Yeah.
address on there? Yeah, okay. The code in the garage? Why is
I
that written on
I
that?
picked some of the pictures. There we go. If anyone wants to watch the video just to find my license plate, I'm going to edit it out. Transition. There we go. Now it's off. See, you see it all the time. I on the streaming itself. Right now it's just you and me, and it says TalkTroopers.com underneath it. But I'm sharing that one particular image with you separately. Yeah, I don't know. I like my Jeep. Like crap, Kendall.
I'm not gonna blur her face.
No, no one can see it. Only you and I can see that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's I have it where it's kind of goofy. So I have it
Ew!
where I'm sharing it with you.
Back to Box Office Mojo. Gross.
Click the Wish Trade. Yeah, wishtrade.com was a good website. I had I've showed you this before, haven't I? Where I had cheats and stuff on it. It was a Dreamcast website. So like you go to cheats, and depending on what it was, you could click on it,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Hydro Thunder, there's all the cheats for it. Wishtrade.com for all your geeky
Second
trades.
Dreamcast. Hey,
That was a
people still
good
play it.
system.
People still play it. My God's sake. Nintendo's like over shutting down the 3DS. How could you? What?
Yeah,
They're
Dreamcast is
supposed to
like,
keep.
hey, we released 20 more games this year.
We're supposed to keep these servers open forever for the 2 people that might one day come back to their 3DS.
I like my 3DS. I'm gonna hack the
Like,
crap out of it though.
well, there you go.
Not, I wouldn't, except you have to. Well, you don't have to. The nice thing with the 3DS that I really like, or 2DS, just the DS in general, is you have. There's nothing bad in my search history, is there? Haircut for men with long hair. Oh, that's fine.
Haircut 100.
That's a weird random thing to have in there. Especially considering you can't tell I have long hair right now. But the what are you awing me for?
That stupid thing on the back of your head.
What are you talking about? You can't see it.
Oh, I saw enough of it.
You saw enough of it. I have to do something with it. It's a lot of hair. It
What was your search history just now?
it said haircuts for men with long hair.
That's how you can do something about it right there. If you click on that link.
I looked at it though, and all the men were so beautiful. I can't. Maybe I'll
Well,
be
then you go to.
beautiful.
Well, that ship sailed for me. You still have a chance, I guess.
Yeah. I'm married. I don't need to worry about it. I told Angie, I said, pick out a haircut. I'll go get the haircut. It's been over a year now, and I still have
And
hair.
she picked out Chris Hemsworth and just got lost in his eyes and forgot all about you.
I get lost in his eyes too. I can't blame him.
Oh, there's no way around it.
Things are things. I mean, you can't
Yeah,
argue facts.
I stood next to the man in person. It's yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You were worried about the Viagra giving it to you for 4 hours. But
It was Thors Hammer.
all right, we got to put that on here. Thors Hammer 4 hours. There we go.
I knew I felt something on my leg.
Yeah. 4 hours. I actually am writing that down. That's going in the meta tag. I don't even remember what the hell I was saying anymore.
Your stupid haircut and Dreamcast somehow.
Dreamcast. Thank you. Dreamcast, they're still making. Oh, no. But 3DS. And then I said just any DS. The thing I like about it is it's the last system where all its games didn't require a update. Switch is kind of close, but a lot of their games do require
Some of them.
updates now.
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah, there's still some good ones. So Switch is still good. But, I mean, since the PS2, there's a lot of PS3 games. I mean, it drives me nuts when I'm online and I see stuff. Nobody needs to sit there and look at the donkey site here. Let me switch over to us again. Not that they need to look at those two donkeys either, but...
Well, I've come back on that reverse capability stuff. Is it really anything from PS1 2 era that I need to go back and replay? There isn't.
No, no, I don't think so. But what drives me nuts is when I see online they're like, this PS4 game is being shut down. I'm like, PS4, fuck that. That's still a relative system because you
Oh
can't
yeah,
get your hands on
PS4,
PS5.
but shutting down the servers of the Wii U, which by the way didn't sell very well in the first freaking place.
Oh no, I get that. I mean,
I
I wish they wouldn't,
How
but
long are they supposed to dedicate space and energy and stuff to this?
I think 10 years is reasonable.
Wasn't the Wii U 10 years past?
Oh, I'm fine with it. I'm just pissed about the PS4 when I see that.
Well, yeah,
PS
that I
PS
don't get because you still can buy PS4s
Yeah, yeah. I don't think you should be shutting things down to a system that you can purchase. Um,
unless it's like I think if you dip below a certain sustained player base, then yeah, shut it down because what's the point?
yeah, that's
If
true.
you're only getting like 1,000 people every 3 weeks, then there's no point.
I like how
Or Halo
DayZ.
or like Halo Infinite, that's already been abandoned, so just kill that off.
Yeah, I never played it. I played one Halo game in my life. It was Eckert and I played it. We were just looking for two-player games. I'm like, yeah, I'll give
Yeah,
it a shot. Why not? It wasn't bad, but when you've never played a game and the only people who play Halo are freaking fanatics,
yeah.
it's not going to be a good time. And it's not because of what they say to you. It's just you're not going to ever get a kill. You're just like,
We had so much more fun playing SOCOM.
oh, SOCOM was the best, but we were good at SOCOM.
Oh, until you get the son of a bitch that's camping in the trees with a sniper rifle.
That was me
That's what I'm saying.
with a thermoscope. So you could
You cheap shot and some bitch.
remember Ranger Rick? For some reason,
Yep,
we'd always end up playing Ranger Rick. And I remember
yep,
on that same jungle board, I just did a toss grenade over everything just for the hell of it. And it said, Ranger Rick has been killed by Buddha Cox. Like,
yep.
yes. How pissed is that guy?
Well, the one time, what was it? We joined it in, and I think Tim and I ended up on the other side of you, and because we knew where you like to hide, you didn't
I,
last long.
I was good. Yeah, I was good with a sniper gun in that one. I was horrible with a
Oh,
pistol, though, which
I am
sucked.
very good with sniper rifles in video games.
I'm not anymore. And the funny thing is, my shakiness hasn't gotten worse or anything. I think the controllers have gotten so good. They're sensitive. They're too sensitive for me.
Oh, the DualSense is the best controller ever.
See, I need the old school. You had to freaking use a crowbar and wedge the controller over for it to know you're turning left. There was no Joy-Con drift on those old bastards because you couldn't get it to
I have
go.
never experienced that.
I haven't either, but Ross has. And the worst
Oh,
part is he has the Switch with the different colored joy pads. Like mine's just all black.
oh, I have the different colored ones.
Yeah, he's bummed because they're just it's a cooler system because of the colors. I mean, the system's not
Yeah,
any different, but
yeah.
but it's kind of his fault too because I did
You can
tell
buy
him
new ones of those.
you can. Well, they would fix them for you too. You could send them in,
Yeah,
and I've got 3 sets of Joy Cons. I'm like, take one of my sets and send yours in. He didn't do it, but
I've never experienced that with. And they say some of the DualSense ones do that too, but I've never experienced that either.
yeah, I've never had I've had it where a controller maybe was drifting, but then I turned the controller off and back on.
Yeah,
And what I think happened was is when I turned it on, I might have been shoving the controller over a bit, and I think some controllers zero themselves. And so if it's
could be.
off and it zeros there, it's gonna be off. I don't know. It's like a computer. I rebooted the damn controller, started working again.
It works so many times with everything.
Yeah, it's everything's that way. Everything's a freaking computer nowadays, and they all have to be rebooted.
Well, that works for us too. We go to sleep and we're good to go.
I say that same damn thing to people at work who don't ever reboot their damn computers. I'm like, it's like a human. You could try to stay up as long as you want, but let's see how well you're functioning by the time you crash. It's beautiful. I like how you're just staring. What are you looking
Well,
up?
I'm trying to find something I was going to ask you about, but I'm having a real bitch of a time
Yeah, I get ADD
remembering.
this time of night.
Well, it's not ADD. I just can't remember where I saw it and if I actually just dreamed it.
It's all a
I could have
dream.
made it all up.
The maybe I will put this up tonight. Maybe what I'll do is I'll put this up tonight. No, I'll do it tomorrow. Because tomorrow's Friday, right?
Sure.
I can't
I don't
keep
know.
track anymore.
I have trouble remembering what days. I guess
I
it's
do
just getting
too.
old.
I'm all, between school and work. I'm so fried. That's why I set this up. So like with Eckert, I do Eckert's on Wednesdays, and then I set yours up for Thursday. and then that way it gives me a break from doing homework. I
Well,
think that's why.
you could invite him onto this stuff, couldn't you?
Yeah, actually, yeah, he just uses his phone. But yeah, I've thought of doing that. It his schedule's a little harder because he's got the kids. So
Oh yeah, I'm a lonely loser, so I don't have nothing.
yeah, I wouldn't consider that a bad thing sometimes.
Yeah, it has
My
its
kids are
days.
adults, so I don't. I can do whatever I want now. Ross is 22. Does that make you feel old?
Yep, I think my spine just kind of lurched forward a little bit there. Yeah,
Both my kids are adults.
yeah, that makes me feel old too because Kendall was in her Johnny Jumper when I was over there playing SOCOM.
Kendall technically lives in Milwaukee now.
Oh, because she goes to school, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she's upstairs right now, while I'm paying
Yeah,
for that dorm room down there. But
yeah, she misses you.
yeah, that's it.
Why can't it be it?
Yeah. Because I say that to her all the time. I'm like, oh, you miss your dad. She's like, yeah, no. Yeah. I think she just misses having a car and stuff.
And she probably hates Milwaukee like everybody else does.
No, she don't.
No?
She was too young to know how crappy it was when we moved out. To her, it was all, pony unicorn crap and stuff.
First of all, I don't know what kind of age you have to be that naive about Milwaukee. Toddler?
Something about that. Well, she was in grade school. Ross had finished grade school when he came up here. But Ross was alive when we were poor. Kendall was alive when we were broke. So that's actually
Yeah.
Kendall's line too, and she said that when she was a little kid. Because I said to her, I go, she wanted something. I'm like, Kendall, we're poor. We can't afford that. She goes, we're not poor. We're just broke. I'm like, you're a little kid. How the hell do you know to say that? And I like it. I'm stealing it.
Here's a candy bar. No, that's Daddy's.
Yeah, here's your dollar store toffee. Get out of here.
A toffee? Oh,
Toffee.
are we in England now?
Yeah. I didn't mean to say toffee. I meant to say taffy, but toffee came out.
Hey, everybody loves a Heath bar.
Uh, oh, God, my teeth just hurt you
Oh
saying
God, Day
that.
of the Animals. Shit.
Hey, have you seen.
I have the Riff Tracks channel on. They got Day of the Animals on again.
Oh, on Pluto?
No, it's on the Samsung smart TV channel.
Oh, yeah, it's the Pluto channels. So they integrated Pluto channels. I did that on my Samsung also, but I noticed something. They don't give you the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle channel.
Really? Mine's
Because,
always on Riff Tracks. I just keep it on.
yeah, because with the Roku, I can go to Pluto and watch it on my. Oh, fuck balls. On my Samsung upstairs.
Write that down. Fuck balls.
Fuck balls. Fuck balls. When I gave up worrying about whether I swear or not, it was so much better.
I have noticed that Ryukar is a guy I like to watch on YouTube. Now because he does a lot of Super Mario Maker and he's really good at it.
Yeah.
But when he first started, he swore all the time, and then he backed it off, and now he started to swear again.
You almost. Well, you have to be natural with it.
Oh, because he plays these levels that no other human can play.
Oh, you mean the one where, like, if you don't jump just right, and then you can't even get to the next platform, you have to jump on the turtle that then jumps you up again like a
The
platform.
triple backward shell jumps into oblivion. Yeah, he does that stuff.
Oh, that stuff pisses
So
me
he'll lose
off.
like 100. He'll lose like 100 lives on it. But I always enjoyed when he'd swear at it because it was yeah. That's my reaction too.
It's I mean, there's a difference between. It's one of the reasons I can't watch Angry Joe. He yells and when he
Some
yells,
sometimes I can watch his stuff. Other times no, I can't.
yeah, I guess it depends what it
Because
is. If it's his moderate yelling and swearing like we would do, it's one thing. But when he's doing it because it's his tagline or whatever,
I was just gonna say you can tell when he's actually mad.
yes,
Like his Madden Call of Duty videos, he's actually pissed.
yeah,
But then some of
yeah.
the other stuff, you can tell he's trying to force it because that's his shtick. Yeah.
And the problem is because he's trying to force it, I can't watch any of his stuff because I'm just like, well, I just don't want to put up with the force stuff. It's like Angry Video Game Nerd. He went through a period where he screamed fuck so loud at the TV that it was forced. And I'm like, this ain't as entertaining as your earlier stuff where, yeah, some of it was forced, but you were feeling it too. But then I
Well,
found out there's a dude who did like an hour and some long video on the Angry Video Game Nerd about how it's not even all his footage anymore, which I get it. He's busy. I mean, you do have to delegate it. I mean, Christ, we
plus
stopped doing this because of it.
he's not angry anymore.
Well, yeah, it's amazing what millions of dollars will do for you. It,
I mean, you watch his stuff. He's like, okay, you're trying to make it seem like you're angry here, but you don't really care.
yeah,
And maybe that's because Mike left because that was who we based it on. So
yeah. So apparently Mike took over for a while when he was doing like his movie and stuff like that, and Christ, I'm saying stuff like that after everything now. And apparently there was like Mike did some weird crap using the Angry Video Game Nerd Reddit forum and stuff, like showed his junk and stuff, and it's just crazy. There's a whole like this guy who did this hour video over it. I watched most of the video actually. It was quite entertaining. Um, it was weird.
I Mike reminds me too much of myself, so I have trouble watching him.
Really? I'd rather
Yeah.
watch you than Mike. I don't like Mike.
I see all the asshole parts of Mike. I see in myself.
I don't know. Mike comes off as fake though.
I don't know about fake. I have trouble with live stream stuff because they stop and have to thank everybody on the list, and that takes like 45 minutes. Like, I just want to watch you play the game.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't like
Mike
that
does that a
either.
lot, where he pauses and then he like gets into a 15-minute conversation with somebody that's like on the stream. Like, just go back to the game.
Oh, see, I don't like that stuff either. So, like when Eckert and I are playing Worms on Wednesdays, well, first of all, nobody's watching, so it's not a big deal. But we do have the chat window up, and if anyone ever say anything, we would respond. But I wouldn't stop playing to have a conversation. We're
Yeah,
just
I guess
playing.
if somebody donates, you go, hey, thanks for the donation and all that. Like Ryucar does that. Thanks for the sub or something like that. That's all he does. He doesn't like get into a 14-minute. Oh man, you remember 1987? Oh no, okay, Mike, you're not coming
Yeah.
back to this game anytime soon.
Yeah, I haven't. God, old games. I haven't even played an old game like what they play in ages. I don't have a Nintendo hooked up. In fact, I did a video game review on Trophy for the NES. Um, it's from not from the people who made the Halloween games, but friends of theirs.
Yeah,
And It's been a couple years I think since I did the review on the Pound Buttons channel. And I looked at Twitter the other day because I don't have any apps anymore on my phone, except for Neighborhood. It's kind of like Facebook for your neighborhood, but we need a new roof, so I've been watching stuff. And so I went and looked. Frick, they came out with an Xbox version. Asked me if I want to review it, so I was kind of kicking myself because I'm like, how old is this message? But it's like a month old, and I feel bad going and asking for it now. I might still do it. Yeah. It's kind of it's a Mega Man style game. It's not too bad, um, but every once in a while I'll get asked about a game, and I don't know. I've only done a couple of them. I don't know why.
I've been playing a lot of games, just modern stuff, PS5 stuff, Switch stuff.
Yeah, I still haven't turned my Switch on. It's dead as a doorknob.
I I look at the games I have collected from PS2, PS3. I'm like, people have these visions of these things. They haven't aged as well as you think they have. It's like
No,
N60. It's like N64. Those games haven't aged very well at all.
they didn't age a month.
I mean, some
Some
are still fun. Like Mario Kart's still fun to play. But
Oh, that'll be a
GoldenEye,
forever game.
mean, I don't even think I could look at GoldenEye.
Have you tried doing the aiming in GoldenEye? I'm like, how did I ever play this game?
Yeah, no, I can't even look at it.
Yeah, it's horrible. If you could reconfigure it to today's joystick, where you have the left trigger and right trigger,
Sure,
like
yeah.
the standard combat style now for first person shooter, it would be all right. But not only is the polygons horrible, they were great back then, but by today's standards, they're horrible, and the controls suck.
It's like trying to play Star Fox. I can't even look at it. It
Yeah,
hurts the eyes.
I was never a fan of that game to begin with.
I liked it a bit. You know, it was fun to play because back then it was like, holy cow, look at this. Now you look at it like, whoa, what were we thinking?
Well, my problem is you hit the joystick at all, and you're way off,
Well,
and then you're
that's
overcorrecting, and you're like, this is just too much. It
I can't stand flying in games anyway because normally you're going you're like oh of course inverted controls.
Yeah, everybody goes into the menu and flips that. Why is that not default
It should be
normal?
default because I'm playing Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm like, it's called Grand Theft Auto, right? I haven't played one since 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
Oh,
Skipped them.
four was good on the PS2 actually.
Oh, I loved 5. It was great. But why am I flying a plane?
Oh, did you not
And
did you not fly a plane in Liberty Cities on the PSP? I don't even remember.
I, you might have, but I didn't play much of that one. I got bored with it.
I would play the first couple missions and then get a nice car and drive that till I hated the game. And then I would overwrite the memory stick with a new game because the memory sticks were so effing expensive for it.
Yep.
And then I would go back to it, play the first couple missions, end up with that same damn car again. It was, yeah. Because there was always that one where you went up, you'd be going down the road and you would go up by a mansion, you'd be up high, and instead of turning back down on the road, if you went really fast, you could do the longest jump into the shipyards.
hmm
And that I would end up just grabbing every car I could and jumping that. Yeah, it's
I know I
that
had
game
it on the
sucked.
PSP.
Yeah, you used
See,
to play it. I remember at Sears you would be playing it.
oh yes, but that was God of War, um,
I never had God of War.
bunch of others on there. Yeah. Well, that Sam Goody closing, I bought like 10 games a day.
Well, I own God of War. I've just never played it.
Oh yeah, it
Everyone
came
tells
with
me I
the.
should.
It came with one of them came with the PSP, I think.
Oh, if you bought the God of War edition, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Mine didn't come with any. I bought the
No, I yeah.
Someone Returned It to Sears edition.
I had the square box. Yeah.
Yeah, I have
All it
a.
came with was that music video disc,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
the
It did come with
UMD,
that. The
and
UMDs.
Spider-Man 3, and Spider-Man 3 movie.
Yes, that's the one I got too.
Yep,
Yep.
that's the one I got.
Yeah, and then I bought when Sam Goody went
I
out of
still have
business.
it
I
in the
bought.
box.
Do you really?
Yep. Well,
I
I mean, I've played it. I put it back in the box.
I have a Game Gear in the box here somewhere.
I need a new Game Gear. Mine went to hell.
You say that every time I bring up Game Gear.
Yep. Well, I'm just telling you because you up there with all them beautiful video game stores, you never find shit. So,
I only go to the stores now when you or Eckert come up.
well, I gotta come up again this summer anyway. So,
Yeah, well, freaking Blizzard started too, and I've been meaning to get you up here for that. I've been just so tapped out lately, money wise.
yeah.
It well, I'm always tapped out. That's just an excuse because I am always broke, but that's not going to change. The probably because of the collection I freaking have. It's yeah, I'm looking above me right now. I got so many Legos and R2 figures and stuff. I'm like, why do I keep buying this stuff? I have a problem. I've got in front of me right now, including the Lego one I made, 1, 2, 3 ashes that I can see right now within arm's reach that I could
Yeah,
grab.
those you need. Those are perfect.
Oh, I forgot about the one up there. 4, 5. The one I had autographed that never actually made it to stores. 6.
Yeah, that one's awesome.
Yeah, I got. It's ridiculous. I even got Groot right here. Like, why do I own this stuff?
I look at some of my collection like, what did I think this was worth buying?
This is why.
Exclusive, yeah. Damn,
Toys.
that was like catnip to the.
Yep. Especially when you knew Toys R Us was going out of business.
I gotta go to Canada.
Yeah, or New Jersey. Because I think they opened up a store in New
Is there
Jersey.
another one
didn't
there?
they were talking about it. It's so hard to tell. Every other day you hear a new report.
Well, I watched Laura.
Laura Legend.
Yep.
I know who you're talking about.
Well, she's the only one that can go to Toys R Us.
You
She
know
lives
what
up there.
though? Next time you watch Laura Legend, nothing against her, very pretty girl. She could lay off the foundation a little bit.
Well, I don't. I think she's. I think she's fine the way she is.
And she is absolutely. She could lay off the foundation.
I don't, sure.
I'm a dick.
Like I
Hey,
would give a shit.
when you're perfect like me, you're allowed to make those comments.
I will just stand, not next to you necessarily, but near you.
Out of the blast radius.
Yeah.
I feel bad now because I actually love her channel. I don't think there's anything wrong with her. It's just, I just don't like that much foundation on someone. Hey, there's people who don't like my hair and don't like my beard, and that's
I've
cool.
already commented on there.
Yeah, bastard. Well, you commented on the bitch bun. What do we got here? Close the cookies. Got no time for that.
Oh, what are you, Chips Ahoy, Oreo? What are you eating?
Digital.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. What do we got? About us, contact us, help. Like, it's a bitch to find anything about, like, where's a location or anything like that.
Well, they were supposed to make a comeback, and then the stupid COVID bullshit put a kibosh on that.
Yeah, stupid flu. Um, let's see.
Well, there was a
Locations.
CNN video I saw yesterday. The title of it made it sound like they're upset that the new variant didn't cause a spike.
They are upset. I love that Toys R Us still shows on Mason Street in Green Bay.
What is it now?
Planet Fitness. Complete opposite of a toy store or a geek collection location. Permanently closed. They got pictures in there still. I remember the first time I took you there and you were so excited because we had crap, you didn't, because yours always had people buying the crap out.
I miss all of them.
It didn't.
I, I
It
took them for
didn't last
granted.
that way though. I got treated very poorly. I remember buying. I think probably told you the story. I bought the collector's edition Batfleck Batmobile, that blue
Yeah,
smoke and everything,
yeah,
and it was like $250, and the box was torn to shit.
yeah. I remember you telling me that
Yeah,
one.
and it's a collector's edition. The box is actually part of a diorama for it, and I asked for a little bit of a discount on it. I was so like they could have just said no, but
Yeah,
she was a flat out bitch. But I'm like, this is why people don't shop here. And then she did one of those. Well, if you shopped here more, and I'm thinking to myself, I pretty much pay rent here. I mean, you just need more people like me. I buy. I'm broke. Ask my wife. She wants to kick me out half the time. But she knows I'll survive just fine when I hawk all the crap I bought. It well, this is weird. So I typed in Toys R Us locator, Sunrise, Florida. This can't be right because there's no Toys R Us in Florida. I mean, there might be one in New York. I thought it was New Jersey. So this year,
they were putting them in like, was it
Macy's, right?
Macy's? Yeah,
Yeah. And I wanted to go to one because doesn't Mayfair Mall have a Macy's still at the end? Yeah, they still have a
yeah, it's
Macy's,
still
right?
there. Or Southridge, one of them.
Yeah, I just didn't make it down there
I
in
think it
time
is
for it.
Mayfair.
Yeah, Toys R Us at Macy's. Toys for kids of all ages, including the creepy adults.
Nope.
It I don't see my age in here. Goes up to 10 years. Oh, 11 up. There we go. I like how you click on it and it'll show you. I'll be the judge of what I find my age or not.
Yeah, none of that.
So, yeah, Macy's Toys R Us, but it's still not there, is it? Is it a permanent thing?
I couldn't tell you. I thought it was just for Christmas.
I did too, but doesn't this is Macy's website.
It says plus more toys in store, I guess.
Interesting. Well, I'm cool with that.
But they're
I
not
mean,
going to have that collector's aisle like the real Toys R Us had.
no, they won't, but if this is what it gets to get maybe the problem with Toys R Us is they got too big. Everyone who was big got demolished. It well, and there's many other reasons too. They catered. They should not have catered. They ended up catering to remember when they were bitching about the characters were too violent or something? I'm like, those are collector pieces for adults. And they ended up they only catered for a couple months and then they brought stuff back or they renamed stuff or something. I don't remember exactly what it was, but they gave in to some stupid mother group. Stupid.
Hey, those were all in one aisle. How about you keep your damn kid out of that aisle?
Yeah, no kid. Well, because nobody wants to raise their own kid. You're not allowed to do that anymore. Government has
Hey,
to raise
your
them.
kid says, "Hey, I want that kick-ass toy." No, you can't have it. Like my parents told me all the time.
See, if my kids ask, I would have been like, that's fine. Just keep its clothes on.
And then if I threw a tantrum, guess what? I got dragged out of the store.
Oh my God. Well, one, I never went into Toys R Us unless I was with the neighbor family and they were stopping there. That's how I got my first Muscles character. I was so
Oh,
pumped.
muscles.
Yeah. It was
Muscles.
actually in Madison because the
Didn't those
Toys
come in
R
pack? Didn't those come in packs more than one?
Yeah, it was a cardboard back,
Yeah,
and then there was like 5 in them.
yeah,
Yeah, and that's what I got. Or the rich kids got the little garbage can see-through one, and it was filled with muscles.
yeah. I only got the one with the cardboard
Yeah, that's what
back,
I
the
think.
card.
I think they got one, and I got one of them, and then the two brothers got 2 each. It was kind of the deal. I was the tiebreaker, I think, because I was visiting them in Madison as a kid. They used to be my neighbor. But Muscles had a lot of. They had a He-Man. I think they're worth money now. I could be wrong, but they had a He-Man pack that was pretty good.
Everything from back then is worth money. Everything from now is not worth piss.
Well, that's true. Yeah, it's God, they had good commercials and everything.
Oh, I loved it. I used to have a gray sweatshirt that said I want to be a Toys R Us kid. Oh, there's the muscles. Yep, completely. Just pink blobs.
Yeah, they're just stupid, like, box head robot guy, or there was always
But
the
you know what?
luchador wrestler.
Those were the cheap things you were allowed to get.
Yep.
And it would shut us up. You're like, yes, I got muscles.
Yeah, and then you always had the guy with the gladiator dude, and I don't know who the guy with the
I
glasses
think I
is, but
had I had a robot, I know. I think I had that dude in front center.
everybody. Oh yeah, well the luchador was in every pack pretty much,
No, I
and
think the
then the
middle one there looks like Shredder. Yeah.
yeah, the one with the broken horn. Yeah, he was in every pack too.
Yeah,
It's
okay, that's why I got him.
what I have on the screen here is a lot more than the original packs where it was. Yeah, this guy here with the O face,
Yeah.
he was in every pack. But they came out with like there was some. Let's see, Muscles Toys, He-Man. Those were I always wanted the He-Man ones because they were pretty cool looking actually.
Oh, there they are, right there.
Yeah, so like there's
Master
Cyclops
Universe
and
Muscle. Yeah.
yeah, this is how they. I thought there was one too
Wait a
though where there
second.
was like five and they were like stuck to
Is it?
the
That's a reprint.
this. Well, all the He-Man ones are.
Oh, I thought they were original.
Well, I mean they're original to He-Man, but not original to Muscles. So somebody bought the muscle. Once again, a good YouTube video on it. It might even be Toy Galaxy who did it. I can't remember, but
It says Super 7 on the bottom.
yeah, that's who bought it. I think.
You
But
know,
they
I like that when they do their reaction figures, but they're not worth $19 each.
no, God, well, Christ, I went to Target the other day and I was going to get a. Well, I wasn't going to get it. So they had the two things I'm missing for the Mission Fleet, but I'm trying to watch what I'm spending, so I didn't buy it. But I was looking at some of the Black Series and stuff, and they had a bike trooper from the Mandalorian. I'm like, oh, I don't care what it's
Oh
from.
yeah, I saw that one.
I'm like, that's pretty cool looking. Then I saw it was carbonized.
Yep.
Really, it's discoed, is what it
Hmm.
is. I'm like,
It's
I
just
don't.
shiny. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want that. I want to take pictures of it and stuff and poses. So I was a
That's
little
why there's
bummed.
that's why Target has 50 of them and all the ones I go to.
Well, yeah, they had a whole crap ton of them. And then I saw, God, what was it? There was, and then they had GI Joes on
Oh,
card
the old school
stock.
looking ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, these are kind of cool. If it, maybe $5, $6. All right, I'll grab it. $18.
Yeah, because I think
And
those are Real 7 or Super 7, whatever those are, reactions.
well, and they're not even articulating like GI Joes. They're 5 point like Star Wars was. And that was the big thing when you were a kid before anything was worth money. Star Wars was 5 point, and the rich kids had GI Joe, which were 50,000 point. It was because I was a Star Wars kid. Uh, I mean, I love Star Wars, and I was glad to have Star Wars. But I got Star Wars because if I kept my mouth shut and behaved myself at Kmart while my mom was shopping, she'd pay the dollar for me to get a Star Wars piece,
Yeah.
or a Matchbox car, my choice. Where the neighbors got the $5 GI Joe figure. I remember being jealous of them. Now, in hindsight, I wish I had all those toys back, but actually, I have most of those toys back. That's the real sad part. Um,
I was the GI Joe because Star Wars at that point was dead when I was coming into that area.
yeah, you were at the right age where GI Joe was the way to go.
So between GI Joe and Transformers, and well, there was no way in hell I was getting a Transformer. So
Oh God, no! When I got Soundwave, that boom blew my mind. I'm like, oh my God, my parents got this for me. And then a kid broke its head off at school. I was so
son of a bitch, I'd
pissed.
have buried him.
Oh my God, knowing what I know now, I mean, I could have repaired that now. Apparently, it was a common issue with Soundwave. It was a weak joint in the transforming. Of course, the neighbors had the big Alpha base Tryon, whatever,
Yeah.
Megatron, Optimus Prime.
Nope. I think I had a small Bumblebee, maybe something small.
Oh God, yeah. I always had the Bumblebee that was Cliff Jumper, but it had the bump in back, making it Cliff Jumper, but it was yellow. And then I always had the red Bumblebee because there was a misprint, and it was real common. But it turns out now that, of course, worth money. It's red first gen Bumblebee. And I had a
My
couple of them because they were
I
so
had one
cheap.
that was on a. I had one that was on a. It was always on a card. It
Yeah.
wasn't boxed. Yeah.
Yep. That was the Bumblebees and Cliff Jumpers, the little
Yeah, that's
guys.
the ones I had. Those.
Um,
But hell, I
yeah.
was thrilled to get those because it was like I got a Transformer.
Yeah, this is yeah, right here. This is it. I mean, obviously for the listeners, I'm looking at toys, but this
A
is it right
hundred
here. Yeah,
for that?
because it was red. It was a screw up. And I had the yellow cliff jumper and I had the red bumblebee. I never had the yellow bumblebee. And my neighbors did. They had everything. I was so jealous of them having the right colored one. Now looking back, I'm like, crap, the funny thing is I probably do have it at my parents' house somewhere, laying in a box missing probably one of the arms because the arms folded out sideways and it was
Yep.
the two wheels. And then the hood was the feet. Yeah, it's but to be honest, just talking about this stuff is just fun sometimes too. It's
Yeah, I was G.I. Joe and then Ninja Turtles took my attention. I had Thundercats and He-Man too, but that was before the Turtles.
and see, I'm too old for Thundercats. Well, you're never
Those
too
were
old.
those were cool figures. Yep. Oh yeah, there they are.
Let's see, how do I
Those are the
mark
ones I
that?
was allowed to get.
Yeah, yeah, and this is how Bumblebee always came. I never actually saw Bumblebee. Take it back. One time in a store, I saw a Bumblebee actually yellow, but by this time, I had a bunch of Bumblebees because for me, that was like an army building piece. And it was always cheap. I could always get it. I always found it in stores. I think other kids were the same way. They're like, "Well, I don't want the red one. That's not right." And so I always found it. And so when I did find the yellow one, my mom wouldn't let me get it. But it was different times back then. You didn't get everything you wanted when you went to a store. I mean, I'm not mad at her for not getting it for me, but
Nope, you just have to plan your attack carefully.
yeah, and I didn't because I probably got something else like a week earlier.
Well, whenever I'd ask for a Transformer, it'd be like, you can get two G.I. Joes or one, like middle Transformer. Well, no, I
Yeah,
think I need two G.I. Joes.
this isn't bad.
And G.I. Joe, if you got a vehicle, it always came with a guy.
Dude, check this out.
$20.
$20 and it's on the
Is
card.
that a is that a real? Oh, it's got the old Hasbro on it. The
Yeah, and
house.
it's got the heat sticker. So it's not
Oh,
first gen. It is first gen, but it's not first gen.
I always had the heat sticker always came off because I'd rub my thumb on it all the time.
Yeah, and then your thumb hurts too because you had to do it so hard. I found and you're breathing on it like trying
Yeah,
to get it to heat up.
and then it fell off.
Yep, good times. Yeah, I got Starscream around here somewhere. It's funny seeing some of the old Transformers because it's like I have Astro around here somewhere. It there used to be a store called Best, not Best Buy, but Best, and I think they were out of the cities, out of Minnesota cities, and they sold all sorts of like weird stuff. But it's hard to see this. This is actually a sticker from a GoBot thing, but if
Oh, GoBots we were allowed to get because they were the cheap
oh my
knockoffs.
god, dirt cheap. But they had some good
And
ones.
Mask.
Oh yeah, I got Mask up there somewhere too. It's I got a lot of shit up there. But it's a watch, and then so this is the part for your wrist. I just don't have a band in it. And the watch, you can see the crystal's broken and it's so old. This thing's actually worth money, which is sad. And to anyone who's listening, it's an old Transformer watch I had. But then, I mean, down to
Yeah,
the hands came out. If I there's like a little thing you got to push out and the hands come out. But I played the shit out of this guy.
yeah.
But it's a real watch. It's funny seeing the stickers on here because I stole the stickers from other Transformers I had or GoBots. Um, oh god, yeah, I had almost all the GoBots, and then Mask was dirt cheap. I mean,
Yeah, they were like $1 each.
no one was buying it.
Hey,
Christ.
I lived in the clearance aisle at KB. That was where you scored all the stuff.
Oh yeah, I was just happy to get stuff. I didn't care. It yeah, I'm looking at my shelf up there now, and I'm just like, holy crap! If I had half the crap I have on my wall right now as a kid, I would have wet myself.
Oh, no, and then when I found out the neighbor kid had Ninja Turtles too. Well, does he have that one? Yes. Then you don't need it. Son of a bitch. You can just play. You can go over there and play with it with him. Damn it.
See, I had a
No,
Texas.
I need the pizza guy.
I had a Texas Instrument, and the neighbors had Atari, so I never had to worry about that. Yeah, it's damn it, I love toys. I still love toys. That's my problem. It's in fact, my Stay Puft Marshmallow Man holds my pen for my drawing tablet on my computer.
Nice.
It just turns out he held it perfectly. It's a Playmobil Stay Puft, but he holds it perfectly. So that's his job. I don't even know where the Playmobil dude is. I think it came with Venkman. Never cared about that part. He just looked weird. God, I got so many things all around. Yeah, one of these days I'm just gonna go through all of it and just sell it.
Look at that monstrosity.
Yeah, the old booster for the Game Boy. Sad part is Game Boy's in there too.
Yeah, that thing. Look at the size of that son of a bitch. Talk about Transformers.
Yeah, this was their base. This is the shuttle they came in on. That's the one that crashed into the mountain millions of years ago. Oh, speaking of which, it has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Did you ever get the
Yeah, I got the Mario.
Did you get the Zelda one?
Nope. I was waiting for his clearance because these things sat.
And
These
the
things
Zelda
sat.
ones are sitting too. I see it
Yep.
every time I go in the
Yep.
Target.
I'm waiting for Target to clearance, but Target doesn't clearance like they used to.
No, they used
Time
to
was you had
breathe
3
on
weeks.
it.
It was 80% off.
Well, in the Target one, I remember a lot of people bitched about it. I'm like, well, why are you bitching about it? The Target one, you could use um the box was actually a stand when you took it off. It would sit in there and it had a little crest on it. And I don't understand why people were so upset about it. I'm like, what? I mean, yeah, it's cardboard, but it's kind of cool they integrated it still. Um, I don't even know what you'd call it, box stand. But I thought it was pretty cool. I don't know. I think I'm easily amused by some things, and then I get pissed by others.
Like that cardboard shit that Nintendo tried to pass on us.
Oh, I own all of it.
Yeah, I know you do, and you're the one that said this is the way of the future.
Well, no, didn't even open any of it. I bought it on closeout. I got each one for like $5 each.
Yep.
I'm like, screw this. Maybe they'll come out with the 3D parts for it later.
No,
Some of
Nintendo
it
likes
was
to
neat,
throw that
but
stuff out, let you buy it, and then they abandon it.
well, and it's kind of why it's kind of why I'm against buying anything right now. It
17 bucks. Oh, display stand.
Yeah, I was looking for the box itself was supposed to be
It looks just like the Mario one. I don't know.
yeah, but the Mario one they did something a little different with the Zelda one. And I don't know.
No, I'm waiting for a price drop because I ran out and bought that one, and
Oh
I played
God,
it. I played it for like 3 days, and now it's
I
in the
remember.
box.
Weren't we doing a Talk Troopers episode and we were
Yep,
talking
it was
about
the
we
day
look?
before that,
Yeah,
or no, it was the day before the Mario Kart one came out.
that's what it was. Yes. Hey,
But
guess how many times I played that? 0. It's in
twice
a
for me.
box behind me somewhere.
You know what? I knew exactly what was gonna happen with that thing too, and I still bought it.
I knew it too. Oh, Luigi that I had to get that accidentally got shipped from Target
To Milwaukee. Yep.
to Milwaukee, and I didn't even. And it was the day she was moving in after she bought the house. Luckily, Nina was down there and got it for me.
We're such suckers.
Ross hasn't played with his either. And then COVID hit, which sucked because Ross's dorms had like big lounges. I'm like, dude, with 75-inch screens and stuff in them. I'm like, dude, let's sit on the couch. Let's do a video. We could do a track in this room. Well, he doesn't want his dad around. And then COVID hit, and you couldn't be there anyways.
Unless you had a giant warehouse of space, it wasn't worth it.
Well, see, now I got all hardwood floors, and you can
Oh
go
yeah,
in and
that
out
would
my
work.
kitchen in 2 different areas. So I'm like, oh, I can do a lap around the house. Well, and of course they say don't take it outside. I'm like, F you. It's huge outside. But I never did.
I played a couple times. It was fun and everything, but I'm like, I saw the end of this.
Yeah, I don't know why I bought it. It was so stupid.
I know why I did, because I had to.
Yes. Same reason
Something in my
everybody
brain.
bought it.
Yep. And now they're like $40 now.
Yeah, I set up one of the signs and I'm like, oh, this sucks. And I didn't set it up anymore.
Oh, I kept running into those and they drag them along, and then the whole thing would go kaput.
What I need to do is just scrub my garage floor down. Like clean it up really good because it's nice and smooth in there. Scrub it up really good and then just set it up out there so I can have some good space. Sometimes I wish I could just so Kendall had a pretty good idea. Actually, I kind of liked it. Yeah, she was probably a horrible idea, but I still liked it. So the family video by us went out of business, but Marco's Pizza's still there.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, it
when
sounds
you,
like here.
oh, it's, yeah, they everywhere. But the cool thing was, and I don't know if yours was like this, but you could order your pizza at Marco's Pizza from inside Family Video. They had a window. And then you got a free movie rental too. So you'd go pick out your movie, whatever. And we always get extra. I mean, price to price. It was like $1 for 5 nights. So we would just stack up. And then I was still late and still never watched them. So I don't know why they went out of business. I was giving them free money, but but I liked going there. You know, there's I know you feel the same way. There's something about the tactile feel of going and getting the movie. It's just fun. And
Oh, I miss it every day.
well, so they closed and they had a game section. They had that adult room in the back too. So that's a closed off area where you could put stuff. Kendall had an idea. She's like, why don't we get some arcades, put them in there, put a store in there? Because I'm always talking about wanting to sell my stuff. And I'm thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? A miniature little galloping ghost type thing wouldn't be that bad. They could order pizza from Marcos, so you don't need a food license at all. They can go right through the window. You go over. That's the area you put the tables and stuff, and booths where you sit. So it's all right there. Because I mean, there's a lot of markup in food, which is awesome for making money. But the problem is there's also a lot of licensing, a lot of
Yeah.
cleaning, a lot of health code shit. I'm like, you know what? That wasn't the worst idea. Do my own kind of like. I would never want to compete against Game Trade because I love Greg and all those guys there. It's a great store, and I just don't want the headache. Plus, I have a good job. Why would I take a crap job and hate myself? But I'm like, it wasn't the worst idea. I'm like, that would be a great location to have a little mini arcade, sell some stuff, and you can get pizza because it was right next to schools also. But then I remembered how much I don't like kids and
Yeah, I was gonna say that would get old fast.
yeah. But I'm like, it wasn't the worst idea though. I'm like, it's not that bad. You got a good parking lot. It you
Yeah, the family video that was here is condemned
really?
because the roof was caving in.
Oh damn.
Because it was an old Cole's food store, so the roof is kind of like kind of domed. Well, it's not
Oh.
exactly in the best area, and it's kind of crumbling in the parking lot. And then the building started to kind of fall in, so it was condemned right after it closed.
Oh.
I mean, Marcos is still open, but
In the same
the
building?
yep, the center part you can't get near because they fenced it off.
Oh, that's crazy. Trying to find maps. Oh, here we go. Marco's Pizza. Make sure there's no good size looking information to say where I live. Yeah, no one gives a shit where I live. Oh my God, things are popping up everywhere. Yeah, so that's Marco's right there. So I mean, that's a good size. That's a good size parking lot. Like that parking lot's overkill. I don't even think the building's that old. Well, I don't think anything around where I live is that old. I mean, I live in the village outside of Green Bay, so
Be a new development, newer.
newer. I think my house is built in the '90s. So, I mean, it's not like it's brand new, but new to
The
me.
'90s, what a glorious time.
God, '80s and '90s were probably yeah. I was an adult in the '90s. Well, I'm an adult
Dude,
now,
those
but
those those 2 decades back to back are unmatched.
yeah. Sometimes technologically wise, I think I was born too soon because of the fact that I like technology so much and I like programming stuff. But then I see what's going on today and how everyone's so freaking, you know, I'm offended the sky's blue. Well, don't go outside then. Back when you were a kid, you weren't offended. I swear the internet was the worst thing that ever happened.
Oh, there's no question about it.
Yeah, as we're using it to do this, but I
Look,
mean, we do our fair share of bitching too. But I mean, at the end of the day, we know how to go out and socialize if we have to.
hey, guess what? Here's what I'm gonna do. The Marvel movies I don't like anymore. Guess what I'm not gonna do? I'm not gonna go see them. You can still go see them. I'm not gonna demand they stop them because I don't want to see them.
No, actually, I mean, put whatever you want in them. I don't give a crap. Just
Oh,
don't be upset when I'm not going to see them in the
exactly.
theater.
Yeah.
I'll see it when it comes to my house.
The only ones I'm gonna see now are probably Thor and Guardians, and then I'm done.
Guardians for sure. Thor. It does concern me. They picked probably one of the worst freaking storylines, financially wise. Um,
I'm going to see it for Hemsworth's last run.
yeah, I probably will too. It'll be a Tuesday watch for me.
Oh, that's what all I do now basically.
Yeah.
Tuesday, and then I on Thursdays I accidentally take the student ticket.
Oh yeah, I'm actually a student, so
Well, it works for you, yeah.
it works out fine. Angie
I
works
just their
for the
app is so
school.
hard to maneuver, and I picked the wrong thing.
Yeah, they don't check. They don't care.
They don't get any money from that. They don't give a damn.
No, they're concerned about what you buy at the concession
And
stand.
I still get that stuff. So
Yeah. I mean, I've scaled back a bit because I'd buy the large soda, but then I'm so scared I'm gonna piss in the 3.5 hour long movie that I don't drink it. I downloaded that piss app where it like so you put the
it
phone.
tells you when you can go.
Yeah, you flip the phone upside down, you put it on your leg, and when it sees that you did that, it blanks the screen out. But it'll vibrate when there's good times to go. And I did it once, and it did work. But then you had to pay after that, and I'm like, oh, screw that. I'll just hold it now. Who's texting me? Oh, my wife. Yeah. Good night. There we go.
Communication is key in a marriage, and there
You
you just
bet.
saw it on display.
We all
Can't
we
even
all
yell
say
down or say, "Hey Alexa, say goodnight to the dipshit."
we
Just a
we
text.
we all say good night to each other. It's well, normally the kids aren't here. Kendall's here right now, but Ross is at his place right now. It's a challenge between me and my wife. Like if I say it first, she's like, "Son of a bitch, you did it," or vice versa. I knew she'd beat me tonight because obviously I'm not in bed. It's
You're not. I was promised.
well, I can sleep in my basement though.
Oh,
I do have a
that's
couch back there.
where's
That's
the one I slept on?
that is over there.
Over there. There it is.
The nice, comfy, fluffy.
Yeah, that was nice.
I did fall asleep on this one the other day though. I was watching TV.
Yeah, TV puts me to sleep too. That's why I keep it on the Riff Tracks channel.
I got to try that out.
The regular TV is absolutely worthless.
It's there's some shows I
Once Walking
watch.
Dead ends for me at the end of the year, I'm gonna be done. I have nothing.
Oh yeah, I got to watch the new one.
Oh, it's so
So
good right now. Oh, it's so good right
well,
now.
I'm caught up. I get 1 week in advance. I'm an AMC Plus member.
Oh, don't say a freaking word. I haven't watched the finales on Sunday.
No, I haven't watched it.
Okay, okay.
It's the well finale of part 2. There's still gonna be a part
Yeah,
3.
yeah, I know.
It's I'm pumped. That Angela chick that they brought on, she is
Kang.
amazing.
Angela Kang.
I say today. I work with a Angela. 152. Maybe I should edit that out.
There you go.
152. I was talking to her today at work too.
Yeah, no, they've that show is really the Commonwealth storyline in the TV is better than the comic book one.
See now, the comic book wise,
I think it spun its wheels at the end.
well, I never got past issue 102.
Oh, Negan, okay.
Yeah. So when they got Dwight or whoever that character was, they tied him in a chair. I never got past that.
Oh, okay.
Not
No,
because I didn't want to. I just
yeah.
I told myself because then I got into the TV series because I didn't watch the first year.
Yeah.
I watched it. I was up here by myself and I DVR'd it. And I watched one episode. I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. And then I got through the season eventually. I was behind everyone else. And then there was nothing. And then I heard rumors that was just a pilot season and they weren't going to do it again. But then it had such a good thing, even though Mad Men stole all its money. And so then I got into it and was watching it live and everything. But yeah, I didn't think I was going to watch it. But then when I decided I was going to, I'm like, all right, I'm going to stop reading the comics. Because I knew it would vary, but I didn't want any spoilers.
I think the Commonwealth story in the TV is better than the comic book story.
Well, it's well, all right. So this is going to be spoilers for anyone who Walking Dead. I'm still writing stuff down. I know there's going to be spoilers, but at this point, if what I'm about to say, if someone hasn't seen this part, they've already had other things spoiled. But like there were little things I found out, like Ezekiel was one of the heads on the Pikes.
In the comics, yeah.
Yeah. And I read that by accident
Oh,
before
Rosita
that
was
scene
too.
happened. Oh, Rosita was too?
Yeah, and she was pregnant in the comic book, and her head got spiked.
Oof. Yeah, the comic book was pretty gruesome. I feel like they got lightened up a little bit in the show, but I don't think it's been a bad thing. My question is how, and we've had this discussion before, how the whole Rick thing's probably BS.
I you can't tell me in what 3 years they haven't filmed the frame of that.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about
Stop,
filming.
stop. He's gonna be in the show.
Yep. Yeah. I
The
think
whole thing was
part
a smoke
three.
screen at the beginning. Oh, he's coming in part 3.
I think the only reason they said it was so that way if somebody caught a picture of him on set, they could be like, well, yeah, that was for the movie.
We're filming the movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Because even with COVID, they should have had that movie done.
Oh, God, yeah. And they were
You
saying
can't.
they were going to do 3 of them?
I didn't buy it from the start.
But I do have one worry about the whole thing that really, really worries me. So now they're
What's that?
talking a Negan Maggie spinoff in New York.
I don't
And
think all these spin-offs are. I think some of these spin-offs are smoke screens too.
I hope that's the case because if they're really going to do spinoffs, I have great concern that the Rick thing might actually be true. And they're just, I don't want it dragged out. I do want it to end.
It's not like them to spoil something like that.
God, I
Oh,
hope.
Daryl and Carol are having their spin-off, Negan and Maggie. So they're 4 characters that make it. Something might be a smoke screen there.
That's the other thing, too. They're telling you people made it. Back in the day, you did not know who was going to die.
They are setting Daryl up to get Rick's comic exit.
Oh, where he gets in bed?
Mhm.
Well, I guess I basically said it, where he gets off in bed.
By the Weasel. So
Is the Weasel, is he the Commonwealth dude, you think?
no, he's Sebastian, the Milton's son.
Milton's son.
Sebastian, the guy that sent them in to get the cash from that house.
He died.
No, he's not.
Wait,
Sebastian, Governor Milton's son is the punk who sent Daryl and Rosita into that house to get the cash like 2 episodes ago.
oh, Sebastian. Oh, yeah. The
Not
douchebag
Lance
kid.
Hornsby, yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking, yeah. So he's the one who kills Rick?
In the comic, yeah.
I knew Rick got killed. And I actually, the little bit I saw, I was kind of upset about because they didn't actually know Sebastian did it, did they?
They found out.
Oh, do they? Okay, good. Because I was like, really? You offed him that way?
I was pissed at it, especially since it happened in the second to last issue. And then Kirkman explained it, and I still don't buy it, but it's his book, he can do what he wants.
Well, Carl was alive, though, too. So
Oh, yeah, Carl.
that's different, also.
Well, it would just be substituted for Judith,
Yeah,
who wasn't in the comic.
I'm not a big Judith fan. I don't hate her. I feel like she's one of those characters where they're like, we feel like we should do more with her, but we're not going to. So we're going to annoy you with her in the meantime.
Well, what can they do? She's a kid.
I know. It's my only gripe. Like I said, I think Angela Kane has done an amazing job with
I'm just
the whole thing.
who's the one that Rick's gonna save or discover him or whatever, because he has to come back from the show, right? Because that's where she left.
Well, it's been 7 years. Where's he been?
Then that could be a spin-off show.
That
But you can't tell me that you're gonna let him never come back and see his kids again. Stop.
Well, that and Where's Michonne, and I would be okay with that spinoff show as long as we get to see the closure first, and then I decide
Yes.
then if I want to see it.
Yes.
Don't make me see that to find out what's going to happen. That'll piss me off.
Yeah, that would.
But I mean, the thing is, I mean, it's been 7 years. Dude, Forrest Gump ran back and forth from one ocean to the other within that time.
Well, I think he was supposed to have been prisoner for a while.
Well, I mean, I figure first couple years he could have actually been in a coma for all we know. I mean, he was
He did
almost
lost
dead.
a lot of blood. Yeah.
Yeah, it's but still 7 years.
Well, it's not like he knows where they are. I mean, he could get back to Alexandria, sure, but we don't know where exactly he is. I understand.
It can be written to play off. It can be written to play off. It's just still a little bothersome to me. I mean, how long's Michonne been gone now? So it was It was 6 years after the explosion of the bridge where Rick disappeared. The next episode was 6 years later.
I think it's only been a few months since Michonne's been gone. Just in showtime wise, I think.
Well, keep in mind the whole Maggie scene we just saw was 6 months.
That's right. There was another jump.
Yeah, so
Michonne's maybe
it's
been gone a year.
It's probably about a year, I would guess.
I was thinking, yeah,
But they're traveling slower too. It's not like they have cars and stuff. I mean, they
yeah.
might, but it's not like they're
And I mean, who
reliable.
the hell knows where Rick was?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd be fine with
I don't give a
us.
shit. I don't need an explanation. He just needs to show up.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I hope there is no explanation. I hope he does just show up. It if they want to have a spin-off, I'll probably watch it and I'll probably
Oh
enjoy it.
yeah,
But
yeah.
don't make me have to don't make me do the I actually like the what ifs of Marvel. I actually really did like them. But don't make me watch them so I understand Doctor Strange in the multiverse.
Yeah.
That shit pisses me off. Or Star Wars. Don't make me I don't give two shits that
I shouldn't have to read 5
R2D2's
books.
arm is red or C3PO. I don't even feel ashamed that I screwed up the robots' names because I'm talking the sequels.
Well,
Uh,
they don't care anymore. Why the hell should we?
that's true. It.
I mean, that Obi-Wan show. No, let's stick with Walking Dead, and then we'll get to Obi-Wan.
I don't know. I think that's about it for the Walking Dead show.
I suppose
I
we got one more episode and then the finale, but then it's like the last
yeah,
8.
that's good. It gives us stuff to talk about, though. We can continue this on another day too.
All right,
The
then let's get to Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan. Well, Obi-Wan. I actually want to see Obi-Wan. I
I
didn't. I've changed my mind.
I like Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan. I'm glad Hayden Christensen's back as Vader. 2 things. Obi-Wan should never leave Tatooine. Period. And he should never fight Vader again.
I did feel that way. I've changed my mind on that part.
How? Because it doesn't line up.
So if he leaves
Tat-
Tatooine and fights Vader, he doesn't know he's on Tatooine, and he might think he killed him. But someone pointed out a line that I'm like, oh my God, that actually could work. He says, last time I saw him, he was more machine than human. I'm screwing that up. That's not verbatim. And last time that we saw Obi-Wan see Vader, he was not at all human. He didn't even have the robotic. Well, he might have the robotic arm still, but he was more
that was all he
human.
had left.
Well, no, he had his head, his torso, and stuff. He cut his legs off.
No,
Now
no,
you.
that he had the robot arm. That was the only limb he had left.
Oh, gotcha. I couldn't remember. Yeah, yeah, that's because it was digging, wasn't it? It was kind of a grab.
Yeah.
It was. So
Well,
because.
could he have just meant that he wasn't like he
Well,
was all evil? Like he didn't have
yeah,
emotions anymore. He didn't have.
absolutely. And I think originally that's what it was, but because of that line, I think it could still play.
Well, I don't.
After I've seen what was done with the Mandalorian, I have a little faith.
Why? So people are like, well, Obi-Wan leaves Tatooine because they're getting too close to Luke. And he's gonna throw him off the trail. Well, really? I mean, that's pretty shitty. That's pretty lazy writing.
It. I want to watch it. I'm going to give it a chance.
Because if Vader or the Emperor can sense Luke Skywalker, he knows where he is without Obi-Wan being there. Because
Yeah, I was
Vader
wondering
is under
about that.
they're under the impression that the twins are dead, that they were never born. So why would they be looking unless they sensed him? And by that time, they're gonna be able to hone in on him anyway.
Well, I don't think that's the thing. I don't think they're looking for Luke
So why would Obi-Wan leave?
because if they sense somebody's force sensitive, they'll just assume it's Obi-Wan. They have no reason to think
So
there's a
Obi-Wan
kid.
could just stay there and take care of them, and he doesn't have to leave.
Well,
They're not gonna find Luke.
I think if he does run into Vader again, though, I think he does have to be off Tatooine.
But he shouldn't run into Vader again.
He shouldn't. I'm just saying if he does.
Because why wouldn't Vader just kill him and vice versa if they ever met again?
Well, I'm wondering if he thinks he does.
Again, they can leave him for dead like in episode 3 again.
Yeah.
Lazy.
Not saying it's lazy. I'm just saying that. I'm not saying
Then-
I'm expecting the best show.
That's the only reason that exists is for fan service bullshit.
Well, I think when you see the Inquisitors, though,
There's no reason for Obi-Wan and Anakin to fight again right now. There's none.
Well,
other than fan service bull.
They might not fight.
Then what's the point?
They're going to, but they might. The Inquisitors are actually why I want to watch.
If you could tell me that Vader and Obi-Wan will not share a scene, I may watch it.
Well, I can't tell you that.
No, because they're gonna. Because you know they are.
I know.
The only reason they're doing it.
I know. To be honest with you, I have problems with the Book of Fett too, and I liked it.
From what I heard, that show was dog shit.
I didn't think it was, but I've learned something with the TV shows. So in my head, the sequels didn't happen. They just didn't happen. In my head, it was a fever dream. It was a force vision Yoda had. It didn't ever actually happen.
It was fan films that somehow got put in the theater.
Yes, it was a mistake. Someone accidentally clicked the wrong link on YouTube, and it just got out there. It actually, I take that back because the shit on YouTube is better.
I've seen some better ones.
Oh my god, some of the stuff I've been watching has actually been really good. But it even that last one I sent you, where it's kind of funny,
Yeah,
that's pretty good actually.
that wasn't bad.
It but it actually explains things like the armor, like they thought it was good. But it I really actually enjoyed that last one I sent you. But it so in my head the sequels didn't happen. I don't care. They just didn't happen. So when I watched Book of Fett, I'm like, I watched it in an aspect of, yeah, I know everything about the movies I do enjoy and everything, the first six. But I watched the Book of Fett as if it was its own West. It's kind of like Clint Eastwood movies. Clint Eastwood plays the man with no name in quite a few movies. But I don't believe he's the same character in each one of those movies. Maybe in a couple of them he is, but I watched them as individuals, even though they're kind of all westerns and everything like
Yeah.
that. But I really like those movies, which helped with The Mandalorian because The Mandalorian really was kind of like a spaghetti western. I really enjoyed it quite a bit. Was every episode gold? No, but it was good. And then Book of Boba Fett came out. Was it as good as The Mandalorian? No. Were some of the best episodes had The Mandalorian in it? Yep. I don't deny
So
any of
then it
that.
just became a Mandalorian 2.0 or what,
A-
2.5.
absolutely, it did. But I still enjoyed it.
That's great. I'm sick of fan service. I'm sick of them cramming crap in just because. Remember that? No, I'm done with Tatooine. Everything's on Tatooine because it's cheaper.
Well, with Boba Fett, it had to kind of be. Mandalorian's not all on Tatooine, but Boba Fett had to be.
Obi-Wan's on there until he leaves for some reason.
Well, I'm just talking about the Mandalorian stuff. The
I don't.
it's
Yeah, same.
actually it's pretty interesting the whole because there's different factions in the Mandalorians.
Boba Fett's dead.
No, he alive.
He died.
No,
He died.
He made
He
it out.
died.
I watched it.
He died.
It's good when you see that's the thing, you got to separate it. It's a good story. It's a good the whole thing where like they're not supposed to take their helmets off. The ones that don't take their helmets off, they're like part of like the cult Mandalorians. Then you have the other Mandalorians that weren't so cultish about it. They're like, well, yeah, you have honor, but you can take your damn helmet off.
Why couldn't it just been another clone that found like Boba Fett's armor? It had to be Boba Fett from the Sarlacc because you have to be that.
It fits. If you watch it, it fits.
He's dead.
It does work. Plus, you're Justified guys in it.
Oh, I know. I love Timothy Olyphant. I
And
would watch just those scenes.
he's awesome in it. He is. I was so excited when I saw him, especially wearing Boba Fett's crap. Like he has the armor on for a while, but he can't keep it because that's part of the when the Mandalorian finds
Like
him.
a mantle.
Yeah, you have to earn your armor, and that's actually kind of the Boba Fett story where you almost have to separate the whole he's dead thing. I get why you say that. Don't get me wrong. I get why you say that. But you got to almost separate it because there is a storyline and they build upon it. And I don't know. I'm a huge spaghetti Western fan though. So that helps a lot. Like I was pumped
No,
the
I
whole
love.
way Favreau
No,
did
I love westerns too, but and then I hear once again Luke Skywalker shows up. Oops, spoiler, sorry.
it. No, I saw it. It's all good. It
Okay. And then the damn baby Yoda, man. Oh, cool, here we go.
I don't know. I liked it. I didn't have a
That's
problem
great.
with it.
I haven't seen it, so I really can't. I'm kind of the sequels. I never thought I'd say this, but like killed my interest in anything Star Wars.
Oh no, it much worse for you than me, but it did the same for me, and Favreau brought it back for me. Actually, you know what brought it back for me? Rebels brought it back for me.
I enjoyed Rebels.
Did you finally watch it
Yeah, I've seen it.
with Ezra?
Yep.
All the way to the
Irritating little Ezra, but he became a decent character. Yeah,
Orlando Bloom.
he was a little.
I told you that. I
Yeah.
didn't know you finally watched it. I was harassing
Oh, yeah.
you to watch it.
Yeah.
So what'd you so spoilers, anyone who hasn't seen frickin' Rebels. So the whole I gotta write down Rebels now. So yeah, Ezra was a pile of shit, but ends up obviously he ended up being a good character and right down to the last. I think not every episode, but like every 10 episodes, he became a better character.
Yeah,
especially looking back at it.
which is what you're supposed to do. Which is what the problem with Rey. In the sequels, is she started to be the best ever and ended the best ever.
Well,
There
she was
was
a
no
Mary Sue.
progression. There was no and Anakin and Luke are not Mary Sue's because they struggled.
Well, and even why can't I think of his name? Freddie Prinze Jackass's character. I love it. Kanan.
Yeah, Kane.
Kanan's character is awesome, and in fact, there's a comic book backstory that I saw clips of it. Well, clips, internet clips. Kanan's character is really good because he's not a. I mean, he is his Jedi Master, and he does get titled that eventually by the spirits of up your butt. But he struggles even throughout the
Well,
thing.
if you want a female that's not a Mary Sue, Ahsoka Tano.
She was amazing in it, which is so funny because remember how much we hated that
Oh
freaking
yeah.
movie?
Well, it wasn't because of her. It was more like the Jabba the Hutt turd and
Yeah, zero. It
yeah,
was Asako. Yeah, Suki
Ahsoka.
Saki. I don't know what her name is.
Ahsoka
It's
Tano.
Ahsoka Tano. She's amazing in
But
Rebels.
see,
I liked her.
they built her up. She
Yeah.
had struggles. She had problems. She had this and that. She was a
Well,
much better
she'd be
character.
dead if it wasn't for Ezra.
No,
She was dead.
yeah.
It's actually one of the few times I think. Lots of spoilers here if anyone hasn't watched it.
How
It's
old
one
is
of the
the
few
show?
times that time travel was done correctly.
Oh, don't get me started on that.
Well,
Almost,
it wasn't really time travel. It was, but it wasn't. It was weird. He was peering through the looking glass and he
I don't know if
pulls
it was.
her
I don't
out.
think it was. I don't know if that was time travel necessarily.
It wasn't, but he was pulling from the past. It wasn't time travel. He didn't travel in time per se, kind of, but it was weird. But it was I
It's an
felt it was
acceptable form of time travel.
it's actually not one of the best episodes, but I didn't feel it was a bad episode. It was it's another one of those shows. Well, all shows, they're not all gold. You can't have all gold. But that last episode had me wanting more, but feeling satisfied.
Yeah,
I was like, "Oh my god," cuz that was not a happy ending.
and I mean the time of that when that show takes place, it can't be happy.
No, I mean that when I first started I forced myself to watch Rebels. I actually
Well, the
stopped
first
watching
season
it.
isn't. The first season is pretty rough.
I watched it for fan service. I like fan service. I know you don't, but I like fan service. I like seeing the old stormtroopers and I like lightsabers and
Okay, now when I say fan service,
Easter eggs.
if it's organic, like Rebels
Yeah,
was a
Rebels.
continuation.
Yeah,
Rebels was a continuation of Clone Wars, which led to the original trilogy. I understand it. There's
fair
no
enough.
goddamn reason in Rogue One they had to show a glass of blue milk for 15 seconds for no reason.
I didn't hate Rogue One, but I don't disagree with you. It's
There's,
kind of like the I have a bad feeling about this. It's in
but see
everything.
that's not. I mean, that's like a callback
Well, I think the blue milk is too, though.
for 15 goddamn seconds. It was in one
Well,
goddamn scene in episode 4.
well, it might have been overkill in it, but it's it's kind of like it's a trap. It which is funny because
Huh.
General Akbar was not the first fucker to say that.
Yeah,
Princess
let's
Leia
just
was.
and then let's kill him off screen because he's not a hero or anything.
Oh, that was a fever dream. That didn't happen.
Stupid shit.
If they
You
came,
know what? Why doesn't the director just come out and give us the middle fingers? This is what I think you're bullshit
well,
because that's what he did.
I think they did. Yeah,
That's what he did with all that.
that's why it was a three-bladed lightsaber. It was this. So this is the lightsaber, and this is the hilt pieces coming off. It the for people who didn't see that, I flipped off the camera. But if they came out with an episode 10 and it was Yoda waking up from a freaking fever dream,
As he's dying in Return of the Jedi.
I would get up and just applaud right there and walk out. I'd be like, "We're done." And it would be a sincere applaud. It wouldn't be sarcasm. I just wouldn't finish watching the rest of that episode.
You just took all our favorite characters and just shit on them. And I mean literally just dookied on their face.
Actually, if it was Princess Leia having a fever dream and Han Solo wakes up next to her, waking her up going, "What's wrong?" I'd be okay with it.
And there's a baby in the crib that's Ben.
Yeah, yeah. Or she could be pregnant right there.
Yep.
And then you don't have to do any more. All the fill-in those stuff though, I really like Mandalorian.
That's fine. I haven't seen it. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, you gotta see it. It's so good.
You gotta see Anchorman, Scott. It's so funny.
All
I've
right,
been listening to you guys.
get why you don't like Anchorman.
I have been listening to you guys quote this
Hey.
thing for 6 months.
Employee of the month.
We saw that opening day though.
Yeah, but we were the only ones that laughed at that taint, and that restored some faith in you. I remember because you were like, "All these fucking kids going in here, blah 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 blah," and then
Well,
the
and
taint joke
because
came out. We're the only ones that laughed.
and we're the only ones that work retail in there, obviously.
Well, anyone younger than us don't work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of which, do you ever get a call back from the furniture place?
Oh, I was doing that. Yeah.
No, but you said then you were just holiday and then.
No, yeah, it's like a part-time thing.
Oh, but they still do call once in a while?
Yeah.
I was wondering how that went. We hadn't talked about that in a while.
That's stupid. Well, I would love to get calls back. You hear all this shit about how everybody's so desperate to hire. Well, no, they're not.
I can get you a job, but you won't like it.
Oh, good. Whose ass am I wiping?
Yeah, you know what's happening. All right, I got
No, you go online and either you need ass loads of experience, which for the money they're offering at, oh, this is a entry level. No, 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 no. You want somebody to be desperate that has all that experience to stump for less money just to have a job.
Well, even in my field, there's jobs popping, and on LinkedIn, I'm constantly getting things all the time, and they want you to know. It's impossible to know everything in the telecom field. It's just not possible. I mean,
Mhm.
anyone who knows everything is not working for somebody else.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how many people are like, yeah, we want to have 10 plus years experience and this and that. And I have 10 plus years experience. I have well more than that. And I'm just like, oh my God, you guys are asking for things that are insane. And you want to pay me about what I'm making now.
Yep.
It's incredible what stuff is out there. It's luckily my job's pretty stable because I'd actually be a little worried right now. Well, I just bought another car though. That's part of my problem.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I'll probably end up in the gutter.
Well, as long as you have a good cardboard box. The trick is an overpass.
Yeah, they just tend to flood. I've been scoping them out.
You gotta get the high ground and kick out whatever bums up there. Trick is to get the high bum on the highest level and kick his ass. It's kind of like prison rules where you gotta kill.
King of the Mountain. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, King of the Mountain. God, I loved that game when I was a kid. No, I didn't. I have fond memories of it, but looking back, it sucked.
I was a pipsqueak getting thrown down the mountain.
I was too, but it was more of a tumble down the mountain. I remember being a kid too when I first moved to Menominee from Milwaukee, and they were doing the house that we were in was the first house on the whole block. Now it's all apartments except for our old house, and but because they were doing so much construction, there was always dirt hills everywhere. I'm amazed I didn't die. My brother took great joy in throwing all us kids down that hill.
Oh, come on. We were jumping off swings onto gravel.
Yeah. Yeah, or get it to the highest level and then just scoot off the seat and then land.
Just fall. Yep.
I mean, that had to be like
a landing.
You're going out and down at the same time. I remember when your feet would hit the ground, you'd like slide out a little bit and then land on your ass. God, I remember my mom would get so pissed if it rained. You do the thing with the chain where you go across and water ski with your feet.
Oh, yeah.
But I'd do it like 50 times, so I was just soaking wet. Yeah, and lies.
That's all illegal now.
Yeah, now you can't. Do they even have recess anymore?
I think they have a recess-like period.
They call it indoctrination now?
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. Learn your pronouns.
It doesn't change when you're in college.
I think it ramps up.
That's how I know I do have trigger words, because I'm in college.
Well, I thought maybe for a fun experiment, wouldn't it be great to go to one of those and just see how long it takes you to get kicked out? I might not last a day.
I'm halfway through my degree, so I kind of have to finish it at this point.
Yeah, but you're not taking like the social studies.
Oh, yeah, no, I am. And they added a new class. So until you graduate, they won't. If you've taken a class, it still counts, even if they don't offer that class anymore. But they can add new classes that you need for your career. And one of them's a diversity class I have to take. Not only do I have to take that class, keep in mind, I'm a middle-aged guy who... Oh, I see you walked away. I'm real interesting.
I'm listening.
I'm a middle-aged guy who... I have a small circle of friends. but a couple of them are gay. Well, one's a black gay guy. It's you might have met him at my birthday party, but
Probably.
it I feel like I'm a pretty open guy. I rip on a lot of people, but I rip on you no matter what. It doesn't matter what you
Oh
believe in
yeah,
or anything. That's
I'm the same way.
yeah, that's part of communication. But yet, my old ass has to take this class to graduate. And to make it worse, it's 3 credits, not 1 credit. It's 3 credits, the max credit of any of my classes. And it's the most expensive class out of
Of course.
all of them.
Oh, that's what you get for being white privileged.
Yeah, white privilege. Yeah, I don't have a single grant or loan or anything. I'm paying everything out of pocket. Let me tell you
You
that
privileged
burden
asshole.
every semester. It 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 pisses me off because I'm like, you know what? You want me to take me? You want me to take the class? Fine, I'll take the class. But why does it have to be the most expensive
Oh
class?
please, oh please.
I mean, I'm
Because they
sorry.
have to bend you over the barrel and shove the beam up your ass.
Yeah, it's crazy. At least people are starting to see the joke BLM was. I mean, it's
Oh, since they're all corrupt and buying mansions with the money.
well, yeah, a house sold. Somebody bought a mansion for
Was
three
it 6
million, and
million?
then
Oh, it was a 6
after,
million one.
yeah, but that no, it was first bought for 3 million, 3.4, 3.6 million, then sold again for like 6 point. So what it looks like is someone got underwater on a house and then got bailed out by it being bought for more
Oh,
than it was worth. Little shell game going on there. It's
yeah, that's not illegal.
probably using shell game wrong, but it's well, you knew there was a problem when people got offended when you said all lives matter. Because if you truly thought one way and believed in it, then you should have been all right with all lives matter too. Because it shouldn't be about race or anything. It should be about class. If you really want to improve things, you improve upon class, not upon race. And that's what pisses me off about the whole thing. Because I
Well,
could
I
go
mean,
go into any ghetto in Milwaukee. It's not one race. Yeah, there might be more of one than another, but that's
I,
it.
I don't hear all this crap. It's just like, I don't know how the hell you grew up right now.
I don't either. I'm
I
glad my
mean,
kids are adults.
there's shit in Florida where they're getting all their panties in a bunch. I don't want to hear your teacher telling a kindergartner about their fucking sex life. I don't care if you're gay, straight, or otherwise. Why is that coming
Yeah,
out of your mouth? Why is that coming out of your mouth in a grade school?
I cannot tell you any of my teachers from grade school's first names. I can't tell you if they're well.
Nope.
I can tell you if one was married because she got pregnant while she was in school,
I
and
knew
we
one
just
because
heard about it.
her husband was a principal, so yeah, they were married.
That's gonna happen.
Anybody else? Anybody else? I had no idea, and I didn't give a shit.
Yeah, I didn't care either. Christ, I wasn't even snapping the bean yet at that age. Come on,
High
it.
school, I didn't know any of my teachers. I don't care.
You know, if they think they're old enough to have that discussion, then you know what? Get rid of the drinking age and get rid of the smoking age. Get rid of all.
The age.
Get all
Get rid of the
ages.
end of it. Then I
Yeah.
guess if you're gonna be talking sex with a 6-year-old, so what's the age of consent now?
Well, that
How,
yeah. Oh
I
my
mean,
god.
I mean, for
My
Christ's sake,
daughter's an adult, and I'll crack someone's neck for touching
if
it.
you're talking about this shit with a kindergartner, where the fuck's the line?
Well, I mean, there is no line for them. That's the whole thing.
I guess if it serves their purpose, there's no line, and we all know how Hollywood protects pedophiles anyway. So
Well, if they're not an addict, they're a pedophile, if not both.
I just, if I heard that you're telling my 6-year-old about your sex life, I'm gonna be pissed off with you. I don't care what you are.
Well, there's no reason for it. There's especially with the education. I mean, I love.
Stand there and teach the numbers and the letters, and then shut your mouth.
Well, I love the ones that are always like, "Oh, U.S. is not the best. We're this number in education and stuff."
You don't
Well,
want to know why? Because we
yeah.
have to learn fucking pronouns instead of learning history and math and science and all that.
Find me a kindergarten that even knows what a pronoun is. Like not
Well,
the him her thing. Literally the definition of pronoun.
just whatever. Yeah, not
Yeah.
know, but they don't care because this is their way to virtue signal.
Yeah.
And all these people that are online, oh, this 4-year-old came up to me and told me how great I was. No, they didn't say a word.
Oh, I love that stuff. Yeah. Oh, and the kid turned around after the other kid questioned me and explained what it was. I'm like, no, the kid did not do that. You are a
That
lying
never
sack
happened.
of shit.
That never happened in a
Yeah.
million years. Sorry.
Yeah, and you should not be talking to kids because you're probably touching the kids.
Well, there you go. Where's the line now? Well, since I talked to them about it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't judge them all by how they look. I got a bitch bun on the back of my head.
I don't care how they look. It's just the content.
It's all about the content. Yeah, it's because I listen to a lot of podcasts, so I'm I'm hearing these interviews and stuff without any visualization of what it is. And sadly, when I see the visualization, I'm not that shocked.
Nope, you can pretty much picture it in your mind.
Yeah, yeah. It always looks like someone who hasn't aged past the age of 14. It's crazy.
They're kind of stuck in that adolescence.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
and
that, I
I
mean, maybe that's part of the mental illness.
well, and that's the sad part of it is I think a lot of these people, if they were raised differently, probably would have been very good people. It's just something happened to them.
These kids never heard the word no.
Yes, we have a generation that never heard no. I think
They
Matt Walsh
never
said
got an
that.
F.
Yeah, yeah, they never had my report card.
Nope. They never failed.
Yeah, yeah, it's that whole everyone gets a trophy
And
mentality.
they enter a world that doesn't give a shit about their feelings and they don't want to handle it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm kind of a little dick at work sometimes if I don't get my way. Or like today, I kind of went off about stuff because I walked into a scenario where I could have been warned ahead of time.
But see,
And
that's a whole different ball game.
yeah, and well, even after I was done, I was like, I was a little pissy about that more than I should have been. I mean, my check clears every 2 weeks, but but at the same time, I mean, I did have some reason for it, and I do kind of specialize in an area that not a lot of people specialize in, so but it doesn't give me a right to be a whiny bitch, I guess either. But some of these people, I mean, I don't mind being put in my place. Some of these people cannot handle
Simple
even
things.
a
Just,
suggestion.
hey, can you edit that? I need a safe space. I need a safe space. What?
Yeah, I got a safe space for you.
You misspelled a word. Well, no, now we need to change the spelling of that word to match that person so that it doesn't hurt their feelings. Are you out of your mind?
Yeah, how about the substitute teacher that wouldn't meow back to the kid who got fired?
You know what? That one I would lean into. You want to be a cat? Cats don't sit in desks. Get your ass on the floor.
Yeah, well, the kid probably would have.
You want to shit in the litter box? Right in the middle of the hallway. And you better clean that up. You better kick the sand onto it. Hey, why are you sitting at the lunch table eating a sandwich? That's not very cat-like. Get the fancy feast. Get a bowl. Get on the
Yeah,
floor. You want to be a cat, asshole? Okay, we'll play the game.
my God, I remember being in sixth grade once. Weismiller's dad actually went in and complained about what happened to me. The teacher picked me up by my ear, and the reason I left the ground was because I grabbed his arm. So he didn't
Yeah,
literally pick me up, but I grabbed his arm because he was yanking me up by my ear
yeah,
because another kid was talking, but he assumed it was me. Now I wasn't a golden child, so it wasn't a far stretch that he thought it was me, but it actually was not me. And Weismiller and other people witnessed it, and he wouldn't believe any of them. He threw me into the wall out in the hallway, giving me a bloody nose. So, and he did get in some trouble for it because I was surprised. Weismiller's dad didn't like me very much, but he came down and he chewed out the teacher because I wasn't about to say anything to my mom. I would have got my ass
yeah.
whooped because they would have assumed that it was me. And but I did behave myself pretty damn well for the next couple months in that
I bet.
class. Yeah, it was oh man.
Well, I think there's a common middle ground between that and this.
Oh yeah, that was excessive. But well, and I think a lot of it's in the home too. It doesn't even I don't think teachers should be raising kids. In fact, that's part of the problem. They're too involved. They should be just teaching. Parents need to there needs to be a better structure at home.
School used to be learn how to socialize and learn facts. The rest of
Yeah.
it you picked up at home.
Yeah, I mean, I was a small kid. I was picked on. I by no means was a fighter by any, or even a defender of
Yeah,
myself, which I wish I would have been more now looking back. Well, actually, I don't give two
sure.
shits. I'm past that point. But but I learned a lot of life lessons on the playground.
Oh yeah.
It, yeah, I mean, it would have been nicer being on the other end of those issues. But then again, I would have never been on the other end of the issue. I never saw the purpose in purposely going out to harm someone. I just, to this day, I
Yeah,
still
no.
don't. I mean, if there's people that if I saw they got hit by a car, I'm not losing any sleep over it.
Well, that really doesn't have much to do with you. You're just kind of like a
Yeah.
bystander.
Well, I didn't say I
Like,
wasn't
well,
driving.
there's no helping that guy.
Yeah. Oh man, that car went right over his toe. Let's push him further in the traffic.
Damn, he's still alive. Could you back up and try again?
Yeah, that list actually grows every day.
I don't have a list anymore. Just like a groups of people I want to avoid.
Yeah, that's true. I actually So going to work, I take back roads now. I don't even like driving on the interstate anymore. It
I mean, you'll find them anywhere. It doesn't matter.
That's true. Well, back roads are better though. Well, then I once I get my podcast going or my music going, I also like the slower speed.
Sure.
It's like I'll go
You
through
want to enjoy
freedom
it.
and stuff. Yeah, I'm not eager to get to work either. Like when I leave work and I'm coming home, a lot of times then I'll jump on the interstate and I come straight home on it. But I'm even finding myself taking the back road that way more too. I just don't. I take the interstate further before I take the back roads. A bunch of times that's saved my butt though. There's been a couple times I've been at work forgetting it's a freaking Packer weekend or something,
Oh God.
and the road's so backed up that it's telling me to go south and turn around before going up. And because I take back roads now, I know, like, if I see traffic's jamming up already, even without the GPS on, I know where to get off and just be like, screw this, I'm taking back roads.
Yeah.
It's I'm a professional back roader.
Well,
That
take that
sounds
to mean what it is.
that
That's
sounds
dirty.
bad. That was meant to sound bad. Ugh.
Yeah, well, someone's offended. Hope you're happy.
Well, I suppose I got to piss, and it's been 2.5 hours.
That's nothing.
I know, but I really got to pee, and I got to work tomorrow, and I got homework
Ah,
due tomorrow night.
gotcha.
But I gave up homework. Well, I did homework before you called me, actually. But I gave up doing it all night so I could talk to you.
No, appreciate that.
You know what? We didn't even go through the text. I was planning on going through the text to see what we have been talking about to bring up because there's a few times we were talking about stuff and then I stopped talking about it because I'm like, oh, that'd be good to talk about.
Well, that's the stuff you need to write down.
I know. Well, it is written down. It's in my text.
I think I have those. Yeah.
The problem is we text so much. We get so into something
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
text so much. I'm like, all right, fuck, where is that? And I'm going through it and I'm like, oh, that's so buried. Screw
Well,
that
we haven't
noise.
talked like this for a while, so I had like stuff I was gonna bring up too, but it's old now. Who cares?
Yeah, I have a bunch of that where
Like, who
it's,
cares
yeah.
what? Who cares how much I hated Matrix Resurrections?
Oh, yeah. I can hold it for a little longer. Yeah, so that's I didn't hate it until I started talking to you and I'm like, "Oh my god, you're right." It's I think I just get excited seeing Keanu Reeves in anything cuz I think I out of all the dirt bags in Hollywood, he's one of the few people that when he screws up, he just owns up to it, but he seems like a pretty good guy. And he's had a hard life.
By all accounts, he is like the nicest guy you'll ever meet.
Yeah, he's the unicorn.
But it takes a lot for him. I know what people give him shit for being kind of surfer guy and not the best actor, but he always has passion, except for Matrix Resurrections.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking being
He
in
didn't
that.
even look like he wanted to be there.
Yeah, I have a feeling he did it as a favor.
It did seem like that
Yeah. It's
because even when he was like on the shows talking about it, he didn't like talk about it warmly. He's like, yeah,
yeah.
we didn't even rehearse that movie. What was there to rehearse? There was nothing in it.
Yeah, everything's CGI. You just had to have your voice.
You didn't
It's
even fight. You just force pushed everything.
yeah, that's where you wrecked it for me. When you pointed that out, I'm like, ah, fuck, you're right. It like I didn't mind the stuff where Carrie Ann Moss could fly and he couldn't at first, because at the end of it they both could fly. That was just a quick hiccup. But then as I got thinking about it more, I'm like, why did they have the hiccup? What was the point to it? It wasn't necessary. They obviously were trying to say something, but they didn't say it correctly.
I still have no idea why they needed to wake Neo up because the machines were fighting themselves. They weren't even going after the humans.
Well, because you couldn't have a fourth movie if they didn't wake him up.
You very easily could have, and it would have been a lot better.
It might have been. It yeah, there was
Maybe
just
maybe it didn't help that I watched the first three right before I went to see that one, so the chasm between them was giant.
oh, rookie mistake.
But even on its own, how could you stomach that movie? I don't know. And then people are like, well, it was made bad on purpose so they wouldn't make any more. So just don't make another
No,
one.
nobody does that.
That is
Nobody does that. It's all
no.
about I mean, independent film people maybe do that out of
As
irony.
an experiment when they have $100 they can burn, yeah.
Yes, but when you're spending
$200 million budget.
yeah, nobody in Hollywood does anything with the intention of not being able to drain the piss out of something for money.
And then it's another one of these where they put in a line of dialogue. The new Scream did that too, and I'll get to that one in a second.
Oh, I
But
really liked
where
Scream, but I had problems with Scream.
we'll get to it. It has this because this leads to that where it makes it immune to criticism because then when you criticize it, they're like, "You're the one that they're talking about. You're the one that
Oh,
they're
I hate
making
that
fun
shit.
of." No, I'm criticizing this movie, and I have valid points. So don't dismiss me because you think I'm some. Oh, I don't like it because Carrie Ann Moss was Neo. I didn't give a shit. It didn't make sense really.
Oh, was that their point? She was supposed to be Neo?
Well, no, the point was they were supposed to be the yin yang thing where they both made up the one.
All right, I'm going to grab a drink and pee real quick, which means I'm going to stop the recording, which
All right.
means that anyone who's gotten into this, it's going to be 2 recordings. You're just going to have to subscribe and stuff. So, all right, I'll be right back.
Better, yeah.